Hey!
Hey!
How's it going, guys? Welcome. It's Monday afternoon at 3 p.m. here in sunny California, so it's time for a special saving and throw presentation of the Monster Hunters Club. This is a Kickstarter that is live right now for a Savage Worlds setting called the Monster Hunters Club, because I don't know if you guys have heard of anything. There's like this thing that everyone's like all into, I think it's called Stranger Stuff. Perfect Strangers.
Perfect
Yeah,
Strangers.
it's Perfect Strangers. And that everyone's binging on
Are you sure
Netflix
it's not
right now.
different strokes?
It might be.
It's a heartwarming tale of a rich man who adopts two young black men.
Oh.
I think that's
no, that's not it.
That's not it? I thought that was it.
No, this is an '80s Kids in Peril game. It's awesome. It's based off of things like Stranger Things or Monster Squad or The Goonies or even It. And there's a lot, even though that was technically, 90s. I don't know. It's a whole thing. It was set. They were adults in the '80s in the original story. It counts. But it's a great project. There's a few more days on Kickstarter, and you can check out the link by hitting !Kickstarter in chat and following the link to their Kickstarter page. It's already funded. There's a crap load of really awesome stretch goals. I'll kind of give you guys a little bit of information about what the setting has. I have their Kickstarter page pulled up here. So they've come up with 18 fully detailed customizable archetypes for the different characters you can play, 4 of which we will be playing here at the table today. They have a whole bunch of new edges and hindrances particular to the game setting that are a lot of fun. And they have 4 new arcane backgrounds for Savage Worlds that I really enjoy. One of them, Wes's character, has belief as an arcane background, which is really cool. And then storytelling is another one. Psychokinesis and gadgetry, so you can be Data from Goonies if you want to be. Who doesn't want to be Data?
Cool.
There's a whole bunch of new powers. They have new creatures.
Was there a Data in Goonies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was the same guy who played Short Round.
I only know the Star Trek one.
He had slick shoes.
And he had a boxing glove in his belt buckle.
It's been a long
Along
time
with
since I
a
watched the
dart
Goonies.
that shot out that he could like reel in as well. He had a really cool belt. Data was definitely the cool one. Everyone wanted to be Data.
Yeah.
They have a new bestiary. They give you the full details of the town that Monster Hunters Club takes place in, which is Gulf Haven, Alabama. A nice, sleepy little Gulf of Mexico town in Alabama. It also comes with a full plot point with Savage Tales, a full plot point campaign, so you can run through an entire campaign with the book, which is a lot of fun. There's a random adventure generator, and all of the best Savage settings have a random adventure generator for you to come up with your own adventures. And then they also have a bunch of new setting rules to help kind of capture the feel of those '80s kids movies. And they were kind enough on their Kickstarter campaign page to release a playable adventure and some pre-generated characters. And all you need to run it is the Savage Worlds Deluxe Core Rulebook. And that's what we're going to be playing today. We're going to be playing the adventure entitled Switching Over, The End of the Street. The End of the Street. And they released this for Halloween. So this is a Halloween-themed adventure. It takes place on Halloween night, and we're going to say arbitrarily in the year 1984.
Oh.
So that's what's going on here today at the table. So let's meet our players. Well, I guess I'll start with me.
Whatever you want.
I'll start with me.
Yeah,
It's fine.
your show.
It's fine, you guys. I'll start with me. I'm your GM. My name is Jordan Caves-callarman. I run wildcards here on Saving Throw, our Savage Worlds Deadlands Reloaded show. I am the marshal of that show, but there is no cool, cutesy name that they've released so far for the GM of this game. So I just decided I'm the Corey Feldman-esque teen from Lost Boys who hangs out in the comic book shop and just has useful information for things you're trying to look into, but doesn't really believe any of your stories. Guys.
Why don't you make yourself the Data? Who doesn't want to play the Data?
Well, because I'm older than that. So yeah, that's what I've got going on. But let's go around the table. Let's meet our players first, and then we'll talk a little bit more in depth about your characters. So for now, just go ahead and introduce yourself, guys. We'll start down here.
Okay, I am Patrick Flanagan, also in real world, Wes Otis, obviously. I am, should I say what the archetype?
Don't go into it yet. We'll just introduce
Okay.
your character name and yourself. Well, you can say your archetype. You can tell us what your archetype is, which
and
is
I'm the Daydreamer.
the Daydreamer.
Hi, I'm Megan Caves, and I am Tommy Passmore, the Delinquent.
You can tell because you have fishnet sleeves.
That's how you know when someone is a delinquent. I mean, everybody knows that.
That's easy.
Yeah.
Or a Madonna connoisseur.
Or, yeah.
Whatever. I mean,
Well, I knew that because I'm the brain, and I am Dom Zook, and I'm playing the brain. Character named Spencer Crane.
Yes.
The brain. Spencer the Brain Crane.
the brain.
And can you tell everyone what
Brain.
your archetype is?
The brain.
Okay, good. Now we know. We're all on the same page.
Hey everybody, my name is Petey Norwood, and I don't know, they call me the shrimp because my brothers are all bigger than me.
And that's it. He's just a tiny guy compared to his brothers and most other people.
Also, the way he swims is kind of.
Shrimp-like.
Yeah.
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 Also, you can
Some
see
of
his
us
whole
have webbed
digestive
toes.
tract.
Don't make fun of me because of my webbed toes. It's just
Sorry.
my
Pete.
genes are different. Genes were just discovered. It's 1984.
Yeah,
just-
they're all acid washed now, I believe.
A grove of gene trees was discovered in some hidden valley.
Yeah.
All right, so that's who we have here at the table. But now let's go a little bit more in depth. So this adventure came with some pre-made character archetypes that you can use that are some of the archetypes that they have in the Monster Hunters Club, along with a little background and information on your character. So let's just sort of go a little bit more in depth with everybody's character. So kind of give us the overview of like your character's backstory and sort of what their abilities are. And we'll start back over here with Wes Otis, who is playing Patrick, the Daydreamer.
All right, so I'm the Daydreamer, and as part of my backstory, Patrick has been sick for a good deal of his life, sleeping a lot on his couch, on his grandmother's couch. There were some people who said I was, I was bit by a spider and I got sick from that, but there's other people who believe that I was cursed by a witch. And that's why I have all the illnesses that I do. I have seen the other side. I've seen something across the veil, and a part of my character is really missing. My grandmother passed away while she was taking care of me, and we were alone together for about 6 hours.
And you were only 6 years old at the time.
Yes, and so for some reason, I was able to kind of see past the veil, and now I really miss my grandmother. I love my mom, but I just can't wait to be reunited. So I have on the character sheet, a 10-year-old has a death wish. So,
Which is a Savage Worlds hindrance, but it's just a minor death
Yeah,
wish. It's not a major death wish.
because minor death wishes don't have to worry about as much. So
Yeah.
but that's basically my character.
And you have the belief background. And,
Right.
and the way that works is a character with the arcane background belief, if they find an item that they believe is important, they can imbue that item with a special power, which is really cool. I love that, that flavor. And you have your grandmother's ring.
Right, which I wear around my neck, and I have her ring. I also have inspiring presence.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can inspire others and help out.
Which gives you the common bond edge. So
Right.
you can share your bennies with other people at the table. But yours has an added thing. You are actually forced to give one of your bennies to someone else at the table.
that's what it was
You
saying.
have to do that at least once a
great.
which
session.
I'm okay with.
Wait,
Yeah.
once when? A session or a turn?
Once a session.
Oh, I
once
thought
a
it was
turn, you'd be
I
out
was like-
immediately.
I was like, where do...
God damn it, this is really difficult.
You're gonna die essentially,
Yeah,
but
no.
your friends
Yeah.
are going to live.
According to this, I'm sickly and have a death wish, so yes.
All fits.
Yes, definitely.
All right, so that's a brief overview of Patrick, and then right next to Patrick.
So yeah, I'm the delinquent, Tommy Passmore, and Tommy's basically not good with grades, real bad with grades, has crappy parents, just doesn't care what, it says she doesn't care about how she's supposed to behave.
She
And
wears
then
a
there's-
leather jacket.
She does, yeah, I got it right here, leather jacket. And so she sees losers like Chet Paxton picking on kids. He's been held back twice. I've
Yeah.
only been held back once, so I'm doing better. Yeah, it just pisses her off because she's got right here. It says, "Tough guy. You're really soft-hearted, but you keep it covered up with rock-hard exterior and tough gal persona." So she's a big softie.
Also, it specifically says in your background that at one point, Spencer the Brain here helped talk you out of some trouble with a local police officer.
Well, yeah. Well, it was you proved my innocence for vandalizing Mr. Wallace's car, which was
You're
pretty cool.
welcome.
Yeah, thanks. Also, I don't think we have him here. There's a fat kid, which is an option, and he gives me all his snacks.
The chunk.
The chunk.
chunk.
The
The
chunk
chunk.
is the
I
name of
came
that
this close to
archetype.
running the
Yeah.
chunk because I really
And
feel
so-
the chunk right now.
Yeah, I like that kid because he gives me food.
Yeah.
That way I don't have to steal it. That's what it says here. Yeah, so she's got a heart of gold. She's poor, which really, what I think is funny here, it's not just poor. It's that I make bad choices when I have money. So that's kind of fun. She's vengeful and wanted because she just has a crappy reputation. Nothing she does matters.
Yep.
And she's young, of course.
But I love that you have basically the childhood equivalent of all of those things. You're not like wanted by the law. You're wanted
know,
by
wanted
the principle.
By the principal, I know.
This small town in Alabama must be really big. 'Cause
Yeah.
if she's wanted and not caught,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yep.
But just, I love all this stuff. Like, it's not necessary for you to know it, but it's cool because it creates the image of this character. She's got, it says, you've got a skateboard that you took from Hawk for hawking loogies off the school building.
Hawk is one of Chet's minions.
So she took it from one of Chet's minions, and she's got her leather jacket, well-worn jeans, small pocket knife that once belonged to a relative, which is specific. Yeah, and she's attractive. You're a lot prettier than you give yourself credit for. But the classmates notice, that sort of thing. And then, yeah, she's held back, which makes her tough because she's older.
You're tough. You're tougher. You're
Right,
literally bigger
I'm
and stronger
11.
than the other kids in your grade.
So
Yeah.
I'm tougher.
You're 11 instead of 10.
She's also a street fighter.
Chet's 13 though, so
I
That
wonder
dick.
if they got that from Weird Science. The older brother's name is Chet.
there's definitely a lot of elements that have been pulled in from the creators of Monster Hunters Club. Have a deep, abiding love for
Appreciation.
you know, the 80s.
Yeah.
They're kids of the 80s as well.
She can fight with her hands,
Yep,
like this.
just like that. That's how you fight with your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing great.
Good.
All right, and then Spencer, the brain. Tell us a little bit about you.
Well, name is Spencer Crane. Spencer is very much like Mikey from the Goonies in that he is very dedicated to one thing, and that is solving mysteries and
Yes.
solving problems and stuff. And so he is so dedicated to doing that that he sometimes loses track of other things like schoolwork and other stuff. He is, as we were talking about before, he's Encyclopedia Brown, essentially. He has...
You've successfully solved many neighborhood mysteries.
Yeah, listen, guys. I've found 14 missing pets, 2 stolen bicycles, and a copy of Giant-Sized X-Men #1, which...
That's gonna be worth money someday.
Yeah, it's actually
That's
not
actually-
bad. But I've also made some enemies in the process because I am smarter than most other people. A lot of people tend to make fun of me and bully me for that.
Maybe the first step is not telling everybody you're smarter than
Well,
them.
Yeah, that'll probably help.
You know who really hates you, Spencer?
Chet.
Chet.
Chet,
Yeah.
that jerk.
Some hindrances for me, and this is pretty great. So, forest for the trees, which basically means that I'm oblivious to dangerous situations and I receive a -2 to all of my notice rolls. However, I have an edge called Kid Detective, which gives me a +2 to my notice rolls specifically for clues on
Yeah.
the thing that I'm investigating. So everything else I'm at a -2 for, but when I'm looking for clues, I have a +2, which is so like Mikey that it's like insane because he's always like, oh wow, one-eyed Willie's up, and they're like, Mikey, come on, you gotta
Swinging
get out
axe
here."
trap!
Yeah.
Look out!
Heroic, I idolize detectives and cops, and so I help the helpless.
One detective in particular as
One
well,
detective.
Spencer.
I have a mentor, which I don't think anyone else has a mentor. I have a mentor, Police Detective Michael Walton, and that's why I wear this Mets cap because he's from New York.
Whoa.
And he transferred down to this sleepy town. But
Probably because of a dark and shady past
Yeah.
involving something with his family.
let's not get into it.
Yeah, we won't get into
I
it.
idolize him. I don't care. There's a let me copy as a hindrance, which basically people want to copy off of me for tests and stuff.
I love that.
And if
Especially me.
I can let them, however, if I let them, then we need to roll a stealth check to make sure we don't get caught. If I don't let them, then something bad might happen to me in the future. And malicious envy, which means that people hate me.
Petey, you don't have to copy off of his character sheet.
Hey,
I mean, that's...
I didn't give you permission to, Petey.
I wasn't doing anything.
We're not in the same grade anyway.
But you're in the same grade.
With Petey here?
He's just smaller than other kids in his
Oh.
grade.
Oh, see, I always thought he was younger than me.
No.
Because he's like this, and we're all like.
I'm sorry, before you
Especially
started
me.
totally insulting Petey, you were saying you had one other thing.
Malicious envy, yes. So basically, because everyone hates me, I have a -2 for any test of wills. Because I can't deal with other kids, especially I'm an easy target.
Yep.
I'm a scholar, so I have a couple of knowledge skills that.
I love your What are your specific areas of expertise, Spencer?
Criminology and town history.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, criminology.
And it says you have a mail order detective kit,
Yeah.
including fingerprinting dust and baggies for evidence, which
Yep.
I love as well.
That's
a case
awesome.
notebook and a spyglass and a bike, of course.
Nice.
Baggies will become useful when you're a teenager.
Uh-huh. And then right next to Spencer Crane the Brain, last but not least, we got Petey.
Hey everybody, I already introduced myself. I'm Petey Norwood. My brothers are all bigger than me and better at basketball and stuff, and so I'm fast, but I don't really. Here comes trouble. I'm always like off on an adventure, kind of curious, looking into stuff because nobody really seems to notice like what I'm doing or where I'm going or whatever, and so. And then I get into trouble.
One thing that I really like in your background, Petey, is they said specifically, because your brothers are so much better than you, you've just gotten used to being ignored.
Yeah.
But you also recognize that bad things happen to people that people aren't paying attention to in this town, so that's why having this group of friends has been so important to you, because they'll look out for you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just going to disappear mysteriously.
It's pretty cool, even though not everybody even knows what grade I'm in.
Their
Where'd
grade.
your microphone go?
It's over here. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's right here. Hi, everybody.
Spencer.
It's me, Petey Norwood.
Leave
I'm
Petey
here
alone,
talking
man.
to
Just
you
helping him out. He's
live
tiny.
from the radio station at the top of the hill.
All right, guys. So that's our cast of characters here. Those are the archetypes that they're playing.
I'm afraid of spiders. I'm afraid of spiders.
He is afraid of spiders. Okay. Specifically outlined on his sheet. It is Halloween night, 1984. And guys, good news, great news. You were able to wear your parents down enough that you got them to agree to let you all go trick-or-treating without a chaperone.
Whoa.
So you guys, as long as you all stick together and you promised that you would be home before 10 p.m., and you promised that you would not go off alone, and you promised that you would not have any candy before it was inspected to make sure there was no poison or razor blades in it.
Never happened, by the way.
It never did, but at this point, we don't know that, okay?
Oh, I know.
Because your mom definitely knows about someone a town over that happened to, and their kid died.
Yeah, well,
and she doesn't want that to happen
Detective
to you.
Walton never said that happened.
Well, Detective Walton doesn't know everything, Spencer.
What do you mean? He's from New York. They probably did worse stuff.
Well, yeah, but never razor blades or poison.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I should eat sugar though, but I'll go.
And most importantly,
I'll eat your sugar.
I love eating sugar because it's what keeps me so hype.
that's how he
You
stays
trigger-
such high energy.
You trick or treat for me, and I'll eat all that.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll do that.
But most importantly, guys, you're not supposed to go anywhere near old Mrs. Green's house at the end of Palmer Street. Everyone knows about old Mrs. Green's house. Your parents all avoided old Mrs. Green's house when they were kids. People haven't seen old Mrs. Green in years. Every now and then someone will claim they saw her peeking out of her window. But what everyone does know is that someone always picks up the Sunday paper, someone gets her mail, and Stevie Duncan in the 9th grade gets $5 for mowing her lawn every now and then. But he just picks it up from an envelope left on the back doorstep. Everyone
Sure
feels...
she cursed me at some point.
Yeah, maybe. Everyone is just a little uncomfortable with old Mrs. Green, so you guys had to promise that you wouldn't go anywhere near that house as well. But
My parents don't care.
yeah, your parents are working.
I mean, these guys' parents, yeah, but they don't even know I'm out.
My parents wouldn't notice.
That's probably true.
My mom would.
Spencer?
My mom's a single mom, so she's working. So I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
It's really
that's
just
true.
your mom's
Why do
problem.
you guys all have broken homes?
Since the 80s.
No, latchkey kids.
If you look around,
Latchkey
if you look around the home and nobody's broken, you're the one who's broken, Spencer.
Ouch!
Good one.
All right, so you guys, you ate your dinner, you rushed through, you were able to get your costumes together, and then you're going to meet up at someone's house, at their clubhouse, actually, because one of you has a really cool clubhouse. Which one of you has a really cool clubhouse?
I mean, we can hang out at my shack, but it's not a clubhouse.
It is if you call it a clubhouse?
Well, yeah, but like,
Is it, so is it,
I think it's-
is it Tommy's shack that you guys hang out at?
No, you said it, so now it's a thing.
you know, we just have to move the shovels over, and like, you can sit on the lawnmower, but
It's also kind of cool because Tommy's dad has all these like saw blades like hanging
Yeah.
on the wall, and it feels really
You have a
badass.
riding lawnmower?
yeah.
Nice! Yes.
I'm pretty sure my dad stole it though.
Okay. We'll look into that.
You steal a riding mower.
Very slowly.
Yeah.
I'll get there some point.
Just something I might want to point out is maybe don't confess crimes to the kid with a police fixation.
Oh, Spencer would never do that, right, Spencer?
Of course not, Tommy.
See? It's all good.
Somebody's getting slapped later.
So what are you all dressed as for Halloween this year? And they take special pains to, and I have to read you this. You guys have to describe each of your costumes. And remember, most of the store-bought costumes in the 1980s were cheap, ugly, and unintentionally scary, even the ones based on your favorite Saturday morning cartoons.
Oh, yeah.
So what is everyone dressed as for Halloween this year?
I am Stretch Armstrong. I have the mask and I have a yellow plastic sheet. That's it.
Literally a plastic
It's
bag.
just a plastic bag.
Okay.
A yellow plastic bag.
And what's your trick-or-treating receptacle of choice?
It's a pillowcase.
A pillowcase. Nice. Those pumpkin buckets cost money.
Yeah, they cost money and nobody really uses it. I mean, you can get a lot more in a pillowcase.
Yeah.
You know,
You're not aiming high
and
enough if
she-
you have a
and-
pumpkin
and She
bucket.
likes a lot of candy and since
He's not gonna eat it,
I'm
so
not going to eat it because it's bad for my sister.
it's got to be a big pillowcase. I insisted.
Yeah, so I brought anyway.
Who else has a costume?
I kind of do. I don't. I mean, I'm only gonna wear it if I have to. But I got a sheet. My mom doesn't know it's gone. I just cut a couple of holes in it, so I can just throw it over. It's real easy. I'm a ghost, clearly.
Oh.
And then I've got a shopping bag for my candy. Biggest one
Paper or
I
plastic?
could find. It's plastic.
Okay.
Magnum PI. I have a big old fake mustache,
Okay.
and I have my cap. I have my cap on, and then I have a Hawaiian shirt.
Okay.
With the chest hairs or no?
No chest hairs.
You didn't take like a magic marker and draw some chest hair on your.
No.
Is it?
Wes isn't getting picked up properly on the mic.
Oh, okay. No one can hear the gold that
The
Wes is
gold.
dropping over here. Okay.
Is that
I can
sarcastic?
hear it, just not very clearly.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
I'll stop mumbling so much. I'm kind of doing the sick kid thing, so.
Yeah. Hawaiian shirt, and yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Magnum PI. What's your trick or treat receptacle?
Oh, I have a store bought, but it's a bigger one.
Like a
orange.
jumbo pumpkin bucket?
Yeah, yeah, because
Cool.
they had the two sizes. They had like one like that, and then they had another one like that.
You didn't want the baby size.
No, no, a Magnum PI.
Yeah.
Give me your candy.
And Petey, what's your Halloween costume this year?
Chewbacca.
It's always Chewbacca, Petey.
I really like Chewbacca. He's like a really great sidekick, and everybody looks up to him. And even though you don't understand what he's saying, everybody else does.
Also, luckily for you, you haven't grown at all in the past couple of years, so you've been able to use this same Chewbacca costume every year.
But it kind of looks more like.
Not every year, because my brother was the first one to wear it.
There's this one right here.
We're gonna do a quick mic switch
That's number 7.
for Wes.
Yeah, so the arms, it's my brother's costume that he doesn't want to wear anymore, so the arms are a little bit long.
But with your height, you kind of look more like an Ewok. I mean, right? It's the
I'm not an Ewok.
All right.
You guys, no, it's Chewbacca. Every house we go to, they're like, oh, what are you, Ewok? That's just because that's the latest movie. Chewbacca's in that movie too.
Yeah.
And, like,
I'm just
arguably
saying.
plays like a better role than the Ewoks
Nothing
do.
wrong with Ewoks.
I don't know.
They-
How many stormtroopers does Chewbacca murder in that
Like a
movie?
lot. He's really strong and stuff.
That's number 7, Rick. I don't know.
All right.
You're such a nerd.
7. He's the nerd.
Yeah, you're a nerd, brain.
We're all nerds, Tommy.
I'm not as much.
You
of a
hang
nerd.
out with us.
Yeah. You got good candy.
You know in your
You
heart
got
of
good
hearts,
candy.
you
Is
are
that-
kind
how's
of a
that?
nerd.
But I'm not gonna say that.
Right.
I didn't want to be a nerd, but
Am
when
I
I,
being picked up better?
when I tried to be a jock, my brother stuffed me in the laundry basket.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that. Your brothers are jerks.
All right, Wes
They're
has
fine.
upgraded audio now,
Dun dun dun.
so we can hear him.
Hopefully.
Maybe, allegedly.
Allegedly. In theory.
All right, so we've got. Hold on, I'm gonna have to write those down so I can remember, because that's probably gonna.
That's going to come into play
Yeah.
at some point.
So you're Stretch Armstrong. Okay.
Store-bought stretch.
God, I remember going to the store and just seeing the lines of those that just had the mask hanging
Right.
there. It was just like you'd see He-Man, you'd see She-Ra, you'd see Rainbow Bright, and yeah, they're all the same mold
yeah.
of the mask, but
Different
just with-
colors.
Yeah, just two.
I was Grover one year.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. So they did something fun with this adventure. They've added a bunch of randomized elements to it, so you can play it multiple times and get different results. So are you guys ready to go trick or treating?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So who's taking the lead on the trick or treating itinerary?
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean,
Yeah. I've
Done
done my
your-
research.
You have?
Yep.
Okay. We'll let you go first then, Spencer. If you've done your research, give me a streetwise roll if you have it.
Mm-hmm.
So Savage World, so you're gonna roll your wild die and your pertinent skill die.
Oh no. Oh
Oh,
no.
no.
Okay. So you've done some asking
Do we not
around.
draw bennies?
Oh yeah. I got started without bennies, you guys. I forgot the most important part. So, since you all have the young hindrance, all of your penalties are already factored into your characters, but as a bonus, you all get an extra Benny at the start of the game.
What?
Because you guys are young, and young people are lucky, apparently. Except for you,
Except for
and
me.
and you with your poor parents.
Oh yeah.
You with your poverty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Thank
I got
you.
4, so
Wait.
Yeah.
I think you were supposed to.
I got. Oh
Okay, there we go.
wait.
And one of you has lucky as an edge
That's
as well.
me.
I think it's you, so you get
4?
an
Wait.
extra.
How many do we have?
Benny.
4.
Yes.
Everyone should have 4.
4.
Oh,
right.
4.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. So give me
You're
2
right.
back.
So
I need one
you
more.
need.
All right.
2.
Wait.
We need
Some
one
sort
more.
of internal economy. You need one more?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
And then I get one for each of you guys here at the table, so I'll go ahead and drop one of
He's
those.
like half a person, so because he's shrimp.
Wow. okay.
Why are you friends with these people?
So
So that
Edie?
means that you
I'm
can't
just glad
get as
they're-
many.
I'm really just glad
Well,
they're paying
tonight
attention
he's
to me,
half
to
an
be
Ewok.
honest.
I mean, half a.
Ewoks don't count.
Jeez. Okay. So,
Chewbacca! Wow!
Oh.
That's a pretty good Chewbacca, Pete.
Yeah, I like that movie.
so you guys can use these
I
to
like all 3 of the
reroll
movies.
Yeah.
to reroll rolls.
Chewbacca movies.
They should make a Chewbacca movie that's just Chewbacca.
No one would watch that.
The only way that's going to happen is
I
if
would
Disney
watch it.
buys the whole thing and has these things. Anyway, sure, it'll never happen.
The cartoon place?
Yeah,
What a
exactly.
It
weird
doesn't
kid.
make any sense.
Doesn't make
Mickey
any
Mouse and Chewbacca go on an adventure.
Yeah.
Meow!
I like Mickey Mouse.
Chewbacca sounds like a cat.
So you guys can use those to reroll rolls.
We don't know what he is. He's not a dog
He's an Ewok.
because he has thumb.
He's just a bigger Ewok.
But cats.
I
don't.
don't think he's a bigger Ewok, Chet.
Are we talking about Goofy or
The-
Chewbacca?
Who was introduced first? Was it Chewbacca's or was it Ewoks? It was Chewbacca's.
I guess the Ewoks are his kids.
I watched the holiday
Chewbacca.
special when I was 6 years old.
Checking the math, checking the math.
2 years old. I still remember.
All right, so you guys can use bennies to reroll rolls
He's got a family.
or to make a soak roll if you're about to be grievously wounded to reduce the severity of that wound. And you can also spend one to immediately become unshaken in combat, should we get to a combat. So, Spencer,
Yeah.
Did you want to re-roll that streetwise roll that you made to see, like, you did some asking around to figure out which house and which cluster of houses give out the best candy?
The full-size candy bar.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's always the grail. But so far, based on that roll, everyone just said, yeah, like we'd share that information with you, nerd.
Right. So I told these guys that I did my research.
Okay.
But
Because technically you did.
I did, but no one told me the actual information.
Okay.
So you guys don't know that though.
So you're just going to act confidently like you
Yes.
know which houses to go to.
Yeah.
Okay, so take him to the first house, Spencer.
Okay.
Will you roll a d20 for me, please?
I'd be happy to. It's a 17.
Okay. So you should go up and knock on the door.
Yeah. Knock on the door. Thank you, Petey. Ding dong.
Oh, and a just delightful-looking middle-aged housewife answers the door. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear your knock at first. I thought maybe someone had been lightly tapping their foot in the dining room. But look at you in your little costumes.
Trick or treat.
Lock.
Oh,
Trick or
I could
treat.
tell because he's
Yeah.
so small.
No, I'm
Yeah, trick or treat.
Oh, of course. And she brings out a bowl. And Spencer, you lucked out because this house has some good stuff. They don't have the
What did I tell
full-size
you
candy
guys?
bars, but they do have all of your favorites. She said, just take a handful of whatever you want. So everyone, what's your favorite, Stretch Armstrong?
I just randomly grab something and
Right.
walk away.
Okay. A quiet one there in the mask.
I do one of these, and like as much as I can into both of my hands, and pull it in. Thanks.
Oh. You must be the little Passmore's girl.
I mean, you can't see my face because I have the goat, but you can.
Oh, are
tell
you
that
wearing it?
there's-
I thought you weren't wearing
Oh
it.
no, I'll wear it because I figure they won't give me candy otherwise, and that's really important.
She still makes that comment based on how much
I
candy you
figured,
took
but
out
you
of the
can
bowl.
tell, like, just because you can't see my face, but you can see this, like, from the ghost. You get it?
Okay.
Just
Just a deflation.
yeah.
This
just
ghost
so,
seems like
you,
it smokes.
I just take one. Thank you, Mrs.
What's your
Smith.
favorite, Spencer?
Uh,
Got it in here. It's all there, man.
plain M&Ms.
Plain M&Ms.
Of course.
Wow. Okay. And for our little Ewok buddy, why don't you go ahead and take a little extra? You could probably use it.
actually Chewbacca. Do you have Milky Ways?
Oh, I got some Milky Ways in there.
Full-size Milky Way?
Well, I don't have full-size Milky Way, but you know what?
Do you have full-size Three Musketeers?
I don't have any full-size candy bar, little teddy
wants
bear.
it.
But go ahead and just take some extras.
Oh, okay.
I haven't had a lot of kids, and you seem like
Okay.
a sad little bear man.
What? I'm not a bear. I'm part dog, but not full dog because I have thumbs.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and grab one more. Go ahead.
Do you donate to UNICEF? Do you have any pennies?
Oh, I don't think we have any spare change around. Probably upstairs.
Side con that he's got going on.
You can never donate
No, I
to
know. Yeah, I
UNICEF.
know UNICEF. I didn't go around door to door though.
All right. Well,
Mine
you
are
kids,
Halloween.
You have a little milk carton and it has a little slot in it. And you shake it and you put.
we don't. Yeah, we don't keep spare change. We use checks for everything.
You
kids
can
be
write
safe.
You can write a check
Yeah.
to UNICEF if you want. You just
Bye.
Make it out to UNICEF.
as we
You
leave,
actually hear the whiskey bottle opening as we leave.
I kick one of her flowers.
Ah, you're such a
Why'd you do
delinquent.
that?
She was mean to me.
She gave you tons of candy.
I got a lot
She
of candy
did.
out of that.
We all got a lot of candy out of that.
did.
Trust me, there's more where that came from.
All right, we're gonna trust you. This was a good one. You did good, Spence.
All right.
So Spencer, you're feeling like you really lucked out with that one, but you don't want to push your luck too much. So you should probably pawn off who chooses the next house on one of these other guys so that you can claim innocence if it ends
Yeah.
up being crappy.
Okay. You know what? Why don't one of you guys do this? Do the next one. I'm sure all these places have pretty good stuff. So let's go with what you guys want to do.
Well, I mean, there's Jenny Wilkins. She's like she always has like the new clothes or whatever and expensive stuff. So they
Yeah.
probably have. If we go to her house, it's like right over there, right?
Yeah, it's just one street over on a really nice cul-de-sac.
I think they
Yeah.
have really nice stuff. My brothers are over there all the time.
Yeah. Then we should go there. Maybe they have the full-size candy bars.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go over there.
So make a d20 roll for me, please,
Oh,
Tommy.
I have to.
Just to clarify, are your brothers nice or jerks to you?
Huh? They're not. They're nice. It's fine.
Okay, just
They're,
want to make sure.
they're jerks.
Okay.
They're not jerks. They just don't recognize that he exists.
Which is a jerky thing to do.
Well, he could get beat up though. That's worse.
Not with me around.
So you rolled a 2, so I drew a card from the deck. Don't worry about it.
Oh God.
So you guys head over to Jenny Wilkins' house, and it's decked out with Halloween decorations. They've got, you know, just cobwebs all over the yard, all the cool plastic skeletons,
pretty cool.
and hanging ghosts. They even have like a strobe light outside, and they're playing like some creepy sounds that are
Don't
just
look at it,
blasting out of their
Patrick.
window.
Yeah, don't look at it. This is kind of like my house, except like it's real cobwebs and it's just a street light that's out.
Yeah. So you guys walk up to the front door. Are you taking the lead, Tommy?
Sure.
Okay. So ring the
Jenny
bell.
totally likes me.
Totally.
I don't know. I'm gonna knock. I can't find the bell.
Okay. Yeah, the bell is just
Trick
somewhere
or treat.
underneath all the cobwebs.
Trick or treat.
Trick or treat.
Yeah, trick or treat.
Trick or treat.
There's no response.
Oh,
Trick or treat.
the light's on.
Trick
The
or
light
treat.
is on.
What the hell? If the light's on, they're supposed to give us candy.
I'm gonna knock on the window.
Can all of you make a notice roll for me, please?
I guess I don't have
This is at a
notice.
-2, Spencer, because it is not related to a mystery.
Yes.
All right, you got a 4? Okay.
Oh, that one didn't count.
You want to count? You want to count that
I
one?
mean,
It's a
do I
5.
want to? I want to. Am I going to? No.
4.
There
That's
you
a
go.
success.
Aw,
Uh-oh.
you're out of 3.
All right. So Spencer, what'd you get?
1.
Okay, so you two succeeded. So they're knocking on the door, and Spencer's like looking in the window, and you guys are like, the light's on, and you turn around and you see a full-grown adult in like a plastic Dracula mask, just like creeping up in the bushes, like sort of noisily behind you guys, and you guys are just looking right at him as he's doing that.
I just wait.
And he comes up to the front step and hides behind a part of the porch, and then just jumps out and goes, "Bleh!"
Oh my God! I could have punched you.
Oh, I'm sorry, kids.
That was pretty good.
I couldn't resist
Why didn't you
giving you
tell
guys
us?
a little scare.
I thought it was
Mr.
just
Jenkins.
another ghost.
Wilkins. The Jenkins live one street over on a nice cul-de-sac.
Yeah, my brothers are over there.
There's only one building per street.
Yep.
Well, trick or treat, we're here.
Trick or treat.
Oh boy, you kids
That
are.
was a good scare, Mr. Wilkins.
You got a little bit of a late start, didn't
Do you
you?
have any money for
What?
UNICEF?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, this is gonna be a long
Sorry,
night if
kid.
you
I
keep
only
doing
carry
that.
20s. I only carry 20s.
Well, we'll take those.
$20?
Yeah, UNICEF takes 20s. I mean, we
Oh.
all take 20s.
No, I gave already.
You don't want to help the kids? Or
Or the Seth.
yeah.
Yeah, I give to the kids.
Yeah.
You can write a check if you don't want to write for $20.
I don't have my
Yeah, we take
checkbook
checks.
on me. All
Write
right,
them out to
but
cash.
How about
Isn't this
candy?
your house? Isn't it?
Trick or treat.
Mr. Wilkins,
it's my house.
what sort of candy do you have? Trick or treat.
Trick or
Well,
treat.
like I
Trick
said,
or
kids,
treat.
it's a little bit of the dregs, but I got some Necco wafers here for everybody.
Oh, nice.
There's
nice
a roll of
pick.
Necco wafers
No.
for you,
Okay.
and a roll of Necco wafers for you,
No.
You eat the pink ones,
No, I
though?
don't.
and
Okay, yeah, I'll eat that.
a roll of Necco wafers for you.
What?
Thank you, sir.
All right, happy Halloween.
I don't know if
Pink
this
ones taste like Pepto-Bismol.
At least we didn't get circus
well, it's
peanuts. Those
food,
are the
right?
worst.
It's true.
They are the worst. Definitely.
All right, guys. Tommy chose a crappy house. You guys got
totally
a
chose.
lame adult came up and tried to scare you and didn't even have good
I
candy.
didn't know her
Don't
dad was
judge
such a
house
jerk.
on its cover, I guess. Right? I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
it's
Kind of
got all
cheaped
this-
out.
They spent too much money on the decorations and not enough.
And
Whatever, I don't know.
Literally, it's 7 o'clock. We're not on the late side of things.
No,
No,
that guy's
no, of
dumb.
course not.
Listen, I don't know. You're the one who knows all about the people and the houses and stuff. Someone else should pick.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
I'll give it a try, I guess. So,
Okay.
Am I ready?
Roll a d20.
D20. Oh, fuck. I got a 5.
A 5.
Draw your card.
I drew a joker.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
It doesn't sound good.
So you guys walk up to another house on this cul-de-sac, and this one is also all decked out. It looks like every house on this street are trying to outdo each other for Halloween
This
decorations.
is the last house on the left.
Yeah, sure, yeah, but I mean it's a cul-de-sac, so sort of the last
Right,
house on the left before the left becomes the right.
Right.
And you walk up to the door, and this one feels a little bit different. Like there's no music coming out of this one. It's just really quiet. And the light isn't necessarily on, but there's a bunch of jack-o'-lanterns that are all lit up all over the porch.
Why don't you knock on the door first?
Okay.
Thanks for the sub, Matt
Thanks for
Pete.
the sub, Matt Pete.
Can you knock and we'll be right behind you.
Okay.
I'll be next to you.
Okay. Thanks, Spence. All right. Trick or treat!
Trick or treat.
Trick or treat.
Trick or treat?
So you guys kind of hear the wind blow through the trees, and there's all these hanging skeletons that sort of rattle in the wind. And then when the wind dies down, that rattling sound continues. And you guys kind of turn to look into the yard, and one of the skeletons is kind of just like rattling over towards you. It looks not so much like a decoration, but like a clacking skeleton walking over across the yard towards you. Will all of you please make a fear roll for me, please?
Fear roll?
So this is just a spirit roll.
Oh, okay.
Now, some of you, one of you is brave, so you're going to add a +2 to this, Petey.
All right.
But I think someone might get a minus to their fear rolls.
It's not me, I don't think.
I'm heroic.
That might have been one of the other archetypes. All right, so
Yeah.
everyone go ahead and make a spirit roll to resist this
boy.
skeleton.
I got a 5.
A 5?
Ugh.
I also got a 5.
I got a 6.
Okay.
I mean, is it clearly a skeleton, or could we like think it's a person? There you
Roll
go.
this.
Just keep bouncing them.
You aced it. You got a 9. All right, so all of you...
I had +2, right?
Right, so you rolled a 4, and then since you rolled the highest amount on that die, you re-rolled
Oh,
and
I
got a
didn't.
3.
I wasn't re-rolling it because it was a 4. I was re-rolling it because it wasn't in the thing.
Oh, okay, well then you only got a 7, but that's still good. That's still enough. So none of you are like really overtly terrified by this, but it just sort of continues kind of clacking up to you across the yard.
Is it about the parents in this area? We're just here to trick or treat. We just want candy. You don't have to sneak up on us.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, hey, mister, we just want trick or treats.
It's coming up to the porch now.
Okay,
I've had
this-
enough of this, and I walk up and I try to like grab its mask off.
You try to grab its
Yeah.
mask. All right, so you reach up to it and you try and grab its mask, and your hand just sort of slides down this old mildewed feeling bone, and you suddenly realize, Patrick, that this is not a fake skeleton. This is a real animated skeleton that
Holy
is
shit, we
walking
gotta
across
run.
the yard
What?
towards you.
It's
What?
real!
Oh my God!
Get off of him!
Are you guys running?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone make a run roll for me. So all of you are going to roll a d6, and then you're going to roll a d10,
Yeah.
Petey, because you're quick. You're quick as the
Oh, we
dickens.
don't roll our
Quick
wild
as the
die.
dog.
right?
No wild die, just one d6.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
You can really book it,
Yeah.
Patrick.
6.
So can you, Pete. All right, so Petey just takes off, just right down the front sidewalk and away from this house. And you guys are all running like even Patrick's. As soon as he touches that face, he's like, "Whoop!" And you guys all just run off. And does anyone look back over their shoulder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, no. All right, so.
Superstition.
Oh right, yeah. You don't look behind you on Halloween. So you guys look back and just see, an empty yard with all of these swaying skeletal decorations in the front yard, just rattling in the wind.
Guys, that was crazy.
Wait. Okay, you guys all saw a skeleton, right? There was like a what happened?
I thought it was a mask, and it was like all gooey and gross and real and.
Where'd it go though? Where
Yeah.
did it go? Where did the skeleton go?
I don't.
Where'd it go?
I didn't look back. I don't know.
Well, it's not there. They're just like the ones that were hanging on the trees.
Well, we should investigate it at least and figure out before any younger kids go to that house. We have to figure out what that was. Now that we know that it's real, right? We have to figure out what it is.
Yeah, I guess.
That's the point, right? We have to go and look. Grown-ups aren't going to trust us, especially
Yeah.
you. Well, come
You
on,
don't have to
let's-
rub it in, but yeah.
Yeah,
You want to go back to the house?
I just want to go see what that thing was at least. We don't have to go up to the porch, but we could at least go look at the.
Let's go in through the basement.
Yeah.
We
Let's
could do that.
makes
I've got
complete
my
sense.
pocket knife.
I feel like we're jumping the gun here. Why
I
would we
feel
go
like
in through the
wine
basement?
cellar is the best place to be in any 80s
Well, if we have to
situation.
like see what's up, maybe it's the people who own the house are like, I don't know, dead or something.
Hold on a second. I take out my spyglass, which of course I have with me.
Of course. Magnum PI would have a spyglass.
Yeah, I remember that one episode. And I'm gonna look at the house to see if I see anything from way back here.
Okay.
It's too dark to use it.
Not like an infrared spyglass.
That's what I'm saying. It's too dark.
Well, you try it anyway,
There's
Spencer.
Street lights.
Make a notice roll for me.
Okay.
For a guy who's so smart, you're kind of dumb.
With a +2?
Oh.
Because I'm investigating.
You know what? Let's add a +4 to it because you're investigating with a spyglass.
Oh, okay.
-2 because it's too dark.
There's enough light from all the street lights and everything
Okay,
for right
so
now.
that's an 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
Okay. So you are kind of like scanning the yard from a safe minimum distance, and you're looking around. You see all the different skeleton decorations, but no sign of any sort of like weird, real-looking skeleton. And you do see one of the skeletons on the tree. It looks like it's on like some sort of pulley line that as the wind blows is sort of like blowing it one way in the yard and then sort of blowing it back the other way. And you think maybe you guys just got freaked out by like this weirdly moving Halloween decoration.
See anything, Spence?
Guys, I think it's just a decoration.
No, I felt what I felt, and I'm telling you, it was real. That was not fake.
All right. Well, then let's go and we can take a closer look at it.
Let's go in the basement.
Well,
Maybe
I mean,
not yet.
I'm not opposed to that plan, but I mean, yeah, we should
Tommy,
probably.
you know you can't get caught breaking into another house.
You're right.
It's not breaking in.
But they
if
won't-
We didn't lock it.
That's true,
That's
and also they
true.
won't
It's
catch
not
us.
the law, guys.
Maybe they're
not how that
using real skeletons for their decorations. Maybe
They
that's what
killed a
happened.
whole family to
I don't know.
decorate their home.
These people are
That's
rich.
what's happening.
Clearly, they
No,
can buy
I
whatever they
agree with you
want.
totally.
What if they boiled a dog?
Why would they? Why would you say that?
That's how you get the meat off the bone quicker,
Yeah.
right?
But why would they do
If you
that?
wanted the skeleton,
they're
you,
But
evil.
was it a dog
you
skeleton? that
boil it
felt?
and you
No, it was a
it's
human
human.
schedule.
Right.
skeleton,
either
but we
use
don't- there might be a dog
jug
somewhere.
of bleach or a jug of lye to get.
How do you know that? It's weird.
Huh? No, I read it.
We didn't know at the time, but in the future, one of our friends would be a serial killer.
Oh, I knew.
That's right.
You add
That's
this,
in my PD file.
Spencer just pulls out his casebook and just makes a little note in it.
Clue number 7,252.
PD knows far too much about rending flesh from bone.
I think the guy with the unnatural fascination with police work maybe has some issues.
Yeah.
All right, so are you guys
let's
are you guys
go
going back
down
to
this
check out the
side.
house?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Okay, so what, are you guys just going to kind of creep back and check out the yard, or are you guys going to try
Well,
and sneak into the
I
basement?
think we
or
need to look
I
at the
would creep
skeletons.
back first and look at the skeletons.
Yeah.
the skeletons?
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone make a notice roll.
It's really sad that I don't have a notice.
Am I a D6 on that? No, I'm a D10, right?
For notice, you're a D6. And then you're also going to use your wild die as well.
am
And you'll
I,
keep
though?
the highest.
I got a 2.
Okay.
I got 4.
4?
Yeah, you're right.
You got a
You're
five.
Double
right.
fives.
And then,
+2?
yeah, this is
Okay, so
definitely an
6.
investigation. Okay, so Tommy is looking around and gets kind of caught up in some of that cobweb stuff. It gets stuck on her sheet from one of the bushes.
Ugh.
And she
Tommy,
starts spinning
quit
around trying to get it
stuffing
off, but then
stuff
more
around.
stuck to her hands.
It's not my fault these cobwebs are here.
So you guys are looking at the skeleton decorations, and I mean, they all seem like decorations. You're kind of like going up
Where
and
did that-
gingerly poking some.
Did the one that I went up to, is it still there?
No.
From what I can, it's not there anymore.
Spencer, you kind of just sort of go up to the front porch again and are looking around, and you look back at that one that's like sliding back and forth in the wind, and as it starts to come closer, it does kind of rattle a bit, and it seems like it could come close enough to be up by the porch. You're thinking maybe you guys just blew this all out of proportion.
Yeah, I think, guys, we just kind of got hyped up in the moment, and maybe it just sort of seemed like it.
Okay,
What?
but
Why does
really
that one
felt
look like a
real.
dog?
Because, never mind. I don't know, Petey. I don't know.
All right.
I don't think that they're boiling dogs here at the Smith's residence.
Can you really be sure unless you go and look?
No, that's not on. Tell you what. I'll mark it down, and when tomorrow I'll come back and I'll ask them.
Why don't you ask your police friend about some missing dogs in the neighborhood? Because I think you're going to find out some very unpleasant truths.
I've
There's
found
missing
14
dogs?
missing pets. I know all about the
How
missing
many
pets
of
in
them were
this neighborhood.
skeletons?
How many were not found?
I found every single missing pet.
Ooh, batting 1,000.
Yeah.
That's curiously accurate.
Yep. Yep. Except for the ones no one told me about.
Everyone's been found buried in your backyard.
Spencer, while you're investigating
Hey,
the porch.
Petey, let's go.
Petey, let's go look at the flowers.
Look at a pet kidnapping ring he's got going. I'll put him in my basement for a week and then say, hey, look, I found them.
You kids are taking a turn for the dark here. While you're investigating the porch, though, you notice off in the shadows of the porch something that you guys had all overlooked before, which is one of the greatest treasures you can find on Halloween night. A bowl on a table and a sign that says, please take one.
Do they leave any pennies out?
You don't have any pennies on the bowl. However, there's two smaller bowls that all fit on the table. One of them is filled with glow-in-the-dark eyeball bouncy balls.
Oh, cool.
And the other one is filled with plain M&Ms.
Wow. Oh, you guys, I want to take some of the bouncy balls, just a big handful, and be like, watch this! And just throw them down the street.
Okay.
They go everywhere. Look at that! They glow in the dark!
They all immediately shoot into a storm drain.
Ah! I want to take
Pretty
one
cool.
for myself.
I'll take a handful as well, but I'm going to put
It's
them
going
in
to take us a long time to get those back, Tommy.
But at
What do
least
we need
they're
to get them
glowing in the
back
dark.
What?
We need to get them back.
You're just going to throw
Hey,
down
you
the
know,
drain?
it might light up the sewer drain so we can see what's down there.
Oh, that's a
Okay.
good idea.
Yeah, let's go down the sewer drain.
Wait, after everybody else gets their candy, I'm going to pour the rest of the bowl into my bag.
You guys read that Stephen King book?
What's Stephen King book?
The one about the clown in the sewer?
I don't read.
Dark Tower?
No.
Dark Tower?
Huh?
No.
What?
I think he's talking about Cujo. I'm pretty sure.
I read Christine. That was the only one I
Oh,
could get
yeah.
through. I like cars.
So are you guys going to go check out the suddenly illuminated sewer grate?
No.
I mean,
No?
we might walk
I'll
over
take a
there.
look. I'll take a look. But yeah, so I grab a handful of the bouncy things and, of course, a handful of the plain M&M.
All right. So really, you know, even though it was a little bit spooky, you guys got like a pretty good haul from this.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job, Smiths.
Yeah.
Is there
Well
anything
played.
to
Thanks
leave-
for
I
all the
still
candy.
think that skeleton was real.
Is there anything to leave a
gone.
note with?
To leave a note with?
Yeah.
I mean, there's the paper they wrote their sign on, but there's no like pen left out.
Here.
I'm going to take M&Ms and I'm just going to spell out UNICEF on the paper.
You're gonna guilt trip.
And then guilt with a question mark underneath it.
I feel like that's implied. I don't.
Yeah.
Implied guilt is always there.
There's no need to spell that out, Spencer.
If I can
there's
do
no blue M&Ms.
in M&Ms a small
So
kind of collage of a portrait of an abandoned child in Africa, I'll spend.
That's going to take more time than we have right now, I believe.
We could leave you here and come back.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you guys going to go in the sewer?
I
are we
don't
going
know
to
that
the
we're going
sewer?
to go.
I mean, I'm kind of curious now what it looks like.
Well, yeah, we should see it, but do we
Because
want
of
to
the
go down
glow-in-the-dark
there?
well, I'm not saying we
bouncy
go
balls
down. I
right
just
there.
want to look into it.
Okay, yeah,
Really?
we'll look at
Yeah, all
it.
right. I'll
I've
go
got
look
a
in the
death
sewer.
wish. What
then,
the
I
hell?
guess.
Let's go to the sewer.
You guys gonna go look in the sewer?
Yeah.
All right. Spencer, you're taking point on this.
Yeah.
So go ahead and make a notice roll, and sure, add your +2 because you're investigating the case of
Yeah.
where Tommy's bouncy balls went when she threw them into the sewer.
7.
7?
Yeah.
Okay. So somehow they were charged up from you, holding them up next to the porch light.
Yeah.
And
Super
Are you just
balls.
going to throw those away? Because I don't want them if you don't want them.
she already threw them away. They're
You can
all.
have them.
They're in the sewer.
They're all in
now.
the sewer.
In the sewer.
You can wash them off.
Yeah, I'm not going to get them though.
I don't really think that gets rid of germs, guys. And
No, you
I'm
just
really
get
not
a
interested
bowl
in
of warm
going
water
anywhere
and
with
then
that,
you use
enough
a cup of
problems as
bleach
it is.
or maybe like 2 ounces of lye.
That's right. That's your answer for
This
everything.
disinfects everything.
Watching
So
too much
Spencer,
TV.
While they're talking about the finer points of how to disinfect these bouncy balls, you look down and you can see the retreating light as the bouncy balls are sort of carried away by a small trickle of filth down there.
Yeah, I'm not going down there.
And it trickles just past a little pile of something furry that looks like it could be dog skin, but it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell in the light. And then it's gone, and the bouncy balls are gone.
All right, moving on, guys.
Is there nothing cool?
We will speak of this never again.
All right.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
All right, so you've all chosen a house.
Yes.
Petey hasn't, though, yet. And Petey has gotten no donations for UNICEF all night.
Oh, man.
None.
Petey, you got a good feeling about one of these houses that want to
Yeah.
give charitably?
We're going to go over to Mrs. Ekdahl's house, who works at the rectory.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Is that a 19?
Yeah.
19.
Yeah, I know how to pick a house.
All right, so you're going over to Mrs. Ekdahl's house?
Yeah.
What does she do again?
She works at the rectory at church.
Okay.
She's
now,
gonna have she'll probably have quarters.
yeah, and you guys know that Mrs. Ekdahl is one of those cool ladies that works at the church. She's not the ones that are going to hand you out pamphlets about the evils of Halloween and how you're all doing the devil's work instead of candy.
She gives out cupcakes and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, you go over to Mrs. Ekdahl's house at Petey's request. Who's ringing the doorbell?
I am.
Trick or
Ding
treat.
dong. Trick or
Trick or
treat.
treat.
She's an older woman, but she's very kind. She opens the door. Oh, well, look at you. Oh, that must be little Petey.
Hey, hi.
Who are you dressed as this year, Petey?
Chewbacca.
Oh, from the Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you, adorable.
Meow.
Oh, you did the thing.
Meow.
Oh, he's still doing it. Do it one more time, little Petey.
Nah.
Okay, that's fine. Here, well, you know what? I have 2 candy bowls. I have candy bowls for the good kids, and I have candy bowls for the
Do you have any,
Petey?
Do you have any pennies for UNICEF?
pennies. Goodness, no, Petey. I don't donate pennies to UNICEF. I've got Susan B. Anthony dollars for UNICEF. Here, there's a 1, and a 2,
Okay.
Please don't
and a
beat up
3.
Petey later.
I won't. But I'm also donating to UNICEF. I just forgot my my thing. You just put it with my candy.
Oh, okay.
Did you
A
need a card?
1,
You can. What?
a 2, and a 3.
You're great. Thanks.
And you know what? And she kind of goes around the corner for a bit and comes out with a display box of Snickers bars, full size.
Whoa.
Why don't all of you just go ahead and take one of these? I was
Oh my
saving
God,
these
Petey.
for me and Mr. Ekdahl, but you kids look like you're having a good time tonight.
This is the woman who's boiling skin off of people. Take the Snickers.
Full-size Snickers bar.
You don't have any Milky Way, do you?
Just take the
Oh,
Snickers,
Petey,
man.
you know what? I didn't realize you were such a connoisseur. She goes back around the corner and comes back with a display box of Milky Ways.
I can't have Snickers because the peanuts get stuck in my teeth.
I understand, and that's why I bought the Milky Ways.
Wow, you're so thoughtful.
Well, you know, some kids are allergic to peanuts.
Yeah.
That's something everyone's recently found out.
Yeah.
Can I,
But still oddly don't care about.
while I'm taking one, can I just like be like, wow, you're just like the greatest, and just try to like really distract her so I can take 2?
Oh, no, you're the greatest, you little spooky ghost.
You're so great. Thanks.
All right, so you guys got some full-size candy bars, some Susan B. Anthony dollars for UNICEF, and because you rolled so well, little Petey, you guys all get a Benny as well.
Oh.
This was the good house. There's one for Petey, one for Spencer, one for Tommy, and one for Patrick.
See, I told you I could pick it.
Yeah, you did really good.
Yeah, this was on my list.
You did better than Tommy did.
What? I
Well,
tried.
well, boys, if it isn't a bunch of little babies.
What are you doing here?
I'm 10 years old, Chet. I'm not a baby anymore.
You look like a baby to me, little Petey. What are you dressed as? Like a little, like a fuzzy, like Teddy Ruxpin kind of. What are you?
Hey, Chet, maybe you should think
a
about
Teddy
the
Ruxpin.
sentence before you say it. I'm just
Yeah, he's
Oh.
right, Chet.
maybe.
Oh, you got something to say? Stretch. So Chet is a mountain of a 13-year-old kid. Like this guy, he always smells sort of like stale pizza. And he's got he's in the throes of puberty. So he's got pimples like all over his face. And with him, as always, are Hawk and Booger. So named because Hawk loves hawking loogies on kids.
Clearly.
And Booger,
Well,
you get it.
yeah.
Loves booger.
Loves boogers.
Thank you,
Yeah,
James.
Thank you very much for the tip.
Thank you.
But be sure, guys, if you're enjoying this, hit !Kickstarter in the channel and follow the link to the Kickstarter. It's a really good one to back. You guys are gonna enjoy it. And he's flanked by them on both sides. They are not wearing costumes. They're just wearing their typical outfit, and they have pillowcases, ratty old pillowcases full of candy as well. So looks like you babies got a pretty good haul.
What's Chet dressed as?
Chet's not dressed as anything. He's just dressed as Chet.
Yeah.
He's wearing a hat.
It looks like you've got a good haul. Are you here to share?
Oh, no, I'm not here to share, Tommy, but that's a great idea. Isn't that a great idea? Guys, They all want to share.
Book it! And I start running.
All right, will you make a notice roll for me, please, Petey?
I guess. Do I get a wild die on this or
You
not?
do get a wild die on that.
You get a wild on everything except for running.
How about I use one of these fine coins to re-roll everything?
You could definitely do that. Just give me one of those fine coins. All right, give that a re-roll.
Those are those Susan B. Anthony.
You get a 3. All right.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and spend one of my fine coins to re-roll that
This
as
never
well.
ends well.
No, it's fine. These aren't my exploding dice. See, it's fine. So, Petey, you go to turn and run around and just book it in the other direction, but these guys have dealt with you before, and you see Hawk immediately has eyes on you, and you see him like duck into the bushes in the side of one of these houses, and he comes out to jump in front of you, but you're already a little bit past the area that he thought you were going to be at, because he's not the best at physics. So Petey is taken off.
Book it!
Come on, guys, let's get out of here.
Get him!
I try to follow him.
Okay, all right. So you guys are. So Hawk is now kind of like.
Well, wait. I'm gonna be the last one, and before I leave, I want to pull out my knife and go. I've got a knife, so you probably shouldn't follow us this time.
Whoa! You're gonna pull a knife on Chet?
Yeah, I've got a pocket knife.
That's illegal.
Listen,
Okay.
heart of gold. I have to step in.
Make an intimidation roll for me.
Intimidation. Okay. Creep.
You rolled a 2
I rolled
on
2
both dice.
Twice.
That's a 6.
Is that a 1
It's
or
a
a 6? It's a 6. You aced it.
So 7.
A 7. Okay, and this is going to be opposed by his spirit, which is not great.
Hair everywhere.
Not great.
Ha!
Okay, so you go running off, and Hawk tries to cut you off, but you're already past them. You're faster than they anticipate, as per usual. You go running off as well, Patrick. You're trying to follow Petey, and you're pretty confident you can maybe lose Hawk in the chaos of everything.
I'm trying to make sure I follow Petey, though.
Sure.
General.
Yeah, Spencer, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try to. You pulled a knife out?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus! That's a huge knife.
That's a pocket knife,
This
huh?
is my pocket knife.
What are you, Australian? That's not a knife. This is.
This is my pocket knife.
Is your pocket knife a switchblade?
Yes.
That fits in your pocket?
Yes.
I don't want Tommy to get hurt. So
Okay, so you're kind of hanging out.
I'm hanging out.
You did not expect her to do this.
No.
Neither did Chet. You see him kind of take a step back, which seems almost hard for him. It's like he's not used to stepping backwards. And he goes, "Whoa. Oh, okay, all right. Don't worry, Booger. Looks like the crazy girl's going crazy tonight."
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
don't
right.
call her crazy.
All right. Yeah.
Spence.
You talk big, brain, with your crazy friend here with her knife.
Yeah, that's right. So you better not come anywhere near us, because I have this. And you don't know what I'll do with it.
All right. Hey, Hawk. Come here. And you see Hawk kind of like eye you guys and go sidling over, like back over by Chet, like trying to stay away from your knife. Petey, are you still running? Or have you stopped at the sound of not being at no sound of?
I don't see a reason why I would stop.
Okay.
Until it's the end of the block, maybe.
Petey is wind sprinting off into the night.
I'd probably be yelling for him, though, as I'm running after him.
Okay, yeah, because you're not sure what's happening, but you see
Yeah.
something's going on.
And I'm not looking behind me, though.
Yeah. All right.
I just start yelling, "Shut up! You give us away! Shut up!"
They're not following us.
Big words.
How do you know?
Because I'm not dead.
Big words when you have a knife. You're lucky that I left my knife at home, crazy girl. Because if I had brought my knife, which is bigger than that knife, and also it's 2 knives.
What are you going to do with 2 knives? If you don't know how to use a knife, it doesn't matter how many
One
knives
side
you have.
flips out into one knife, and the other side flips out to another knife, so I can cut
So you
people
cut yourself?
with both sides of my hand. Oh yeah, you talk big with your knife and with your friends, but we're gonna get you alone one time, crazy girl. You're not gonna have your knife, or I'll have mine. Both of them.
All right, well, I'm ready for it. You think I won't be prepared? I'm ready for you.
Yeah.
You're too stupid to be able to beat me anyway.
He seems like that just pisses him off, but he's still eyeing your knife, and you see him like just barely keeping it under control. And Booger and Hawk are both like trying to take their cues from him, but like he doesn't seem to be pressing the attack, so they're just like, sort of waiting. All right, fine, whatever. You guys probably got lame baby candy anyways, like Necco wafers or plain M&Ms.
I'm just gonna pull out the Necco wafers and throw them at him.
Duh!
Yeah, you should just leave. Come on, Spence. We don't need these guys.
Sure, yeah,
We're just
whatever.
gonna run away.
Yeah, why don't you run away,
It's fine.
you babies? Fine. I'll catch you later, babies. And then he and his friends just sort of like fade back into the night.
Well, once they disappear, I'm kind of like,
As they're mostly gone, I'm going, that's right, Chet. Don't come back.
that worked.
Wow.
I gotta be honest, I was a little worried.
Wow, Tommy.
Yeah.
Like, where did you get that knife?
It's my knife. It's from my uncle. He didn't notice it was gone, so I just thought I'd keep it in case Chet came around. So, you know, he's such a jerk, and he does have a knife.
Tommy, for excellent use of a knife and intimidation as a child, have a penny.
Thank you.
Specifically outlined in the adventure.
So do I catch up with him?
No, you can't catch Petey.
Okay. And at some point,
Nobody can catch Petey.
At
I
some
circle
point,
back
I just
around the
stop.
house and I come up around beside. Where? What? You're supposed to hide now. We're far enough away.
They didn't run. The other two, Tommy and they just stayed there. After screaming run,
Oh yeah, they're down there.
we should go back and make sure they're okay.
I
Go
see
back.
you guys,
What are you
and I'm just
crazy?
like,
We start going back.
Okay, so
Looks
you
like
guys are heading
oh,
back
yeah,
to the
yeah,
group?
Yeah.
Okay, both of you make a notice roll for me as you're going back to the group.
Okay. 4.
4.
4? Okay. So you guys, as you're walking back to the group, because Petey's run quite a ways down the street, and even circling back to you, you were following after him for a while, so you guys are a little bit away from them. You notice that porch lights are starting to be turned off
Already?
in the neighborhood. Yeah, I mean it's only like 7:30, but people are turning off their lights, and also a bunch of groups of kids that are out trick or treating, you know, just like you guys are kind of like all clustered together, and they seem to be talking nervously to each other and like heading away from the houses.
Hey, I call out to one of them and say, oh, why are you guys leaving? It's still early.
The kids look over to you. If you have either persuasion or streetwise, make a roll.
I have persuasion.
You have persuasion. Make a persuade roll for me.
4.
4. Okay. Oh, hey, how's it going, Patrick?
Okay.
You guys didn't hear?
No.
What?
You're not.
But-
You guys aren't
Oh,
here.
we're
But
You're not
Chet?
I'm
Yeah, ass.
Oh yeah,
Did
no.
he steal candy from you too?
Well, yeah, Chet stole candy from everybody, but that's not what's going on. A kid disappeared.
What?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah, well, on Palmer Street, Jamie Heim, you guys know him? He's in our grade. He, apparently, someone saw him knocking on old Mrs. Green's front door on, like, a dare, and then nobody's seen him since then. His group doesn't know where he is, so, like, all the adults are telling us to, like, go home, because, like, there's trouble and stuff.
It's the witch.
What?
It's a witch.
What are you talking about?
It's the witch.
Talking about old Mrs. Green?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not
Sure
going...
She cursed me.
I'm
That's
not
why I
going
was
anywhere
asleep
near
for
that
so
house.
long.
You guys should head home, too, all
We're
right?
gonna go get our friends and yeah. Thanks for telling us.
Yeah.
You think she's a witch?
This has to be.
Have you ever seen her?
Nobody has, but I mean, I heard the stories, and I was sick for so long, and all these people keep telling me that I was cursed.
Like what kind of powers does she have as a witch?
I'm sure she can fly.
Shit.
I'm sure. I've never said. Have you ever seen her? Who stays in their home all the time except for vampires and witches? Yeah, it just makes sense.
Well,
Just
My-
follow the breadcrumbs.
my Aunt Brenda does, but she
Well.
just likes TV.
Oh, I get it.
She's
Anyway,
got cable.
We should go back and talk with them and tell them about this.
So around this time, you guys are also noticing that things seem to be like shutting down, and there's like a different sort of nervous energy on the street. You see all the kids kind of like scattering, and a bunch of porch lights going off as well.
Chet doesn't usually upset this many people. It's just,
That's
He's
weird.
such a dick. I mean, come
Yeah.
on.
Let's catch up with the other one. The
Yeah.
other kids. They're
Yeah.
friends. We're all the same age.
Yeah,
Well,
you guys
mostly.
are.
Yeah, I'm older.
So you guys all get back together.
Yes. Guys, did you? I guess some kid disappeared.
What?
What?
Yeah, over on Palmer Street.
The witch got him.
Wait,
Yeah.
the witch?
Witch.
I don't know.
You mean old Mrs. Green?
Right.
Wait,
See, I know all the
wait, how do you know that?
You do know all the story, Spencer. Will you make a local history roll for me?
6.
6. Okay, so you've spent some time combing through the archives of Gulf Haven's history, and you know from reading all the newspaper on microfilm that right, that was a
Microfiche.
microfiche, yeah,
Microfilm if I was a
which is
spy.
just a fancy word for microfilm. A lot of people don't know that, but that's what we're gonna operate with.
Microfiche.
Yeah, but like people in the know call it
Pull
microfilm.
it out, and then it would open, then you'd slide it in. And
Yeah.
and then you'd
Well, you don't do it. The librarian has to do it for you, Spencer. You're
Oh.
just yeah.
No, I've
I
been to
already
the
gave at the
library so
office.
much.
Okay. You remember all of a sudden that street has been linked to a number of disappearances of kids on Halloween over the years, and you also remember reading a suspicious lack of police involvement with these disappearances.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
See, your friend the cop is crooked.
What?
Well, if
I
he
might
wasn't
not-
crooked, he would be checking into it, right?
I just don't think it's maybe that important for the police. They have bigger fish to fry.
How many
So
dogs
do
have
we-
gone
Missing
missing in
kid?
the neighborhood?
should we go look? I mean, we know this kid.
Well, yeah, if a kid is missing, I think...
You guys do know this kid. Jamie is a very well-liked, very charismatic kid. In fact, does anyone have a particular memory, like a cool memory of something regarding Jamie
He was the
that they
first
want to
kid
share
that
everyone with?
Spent the night at my house. I remember he came over and because I was too ill to go to someone else's house, and he was able to come over, and he got scared in the middle of the night. So we watched. His parents had HBO, which I'd never seen. It was awesome. And so we watched HBO, and then he was really cool though. So
Yeah, he lets me cheat when I don't have classes with you, which is cool.
For telling a cool story about Jamie having HBO, you get a Benny, Patrick.
I'll have to give it away at some point. So I gotta.
True.
Everybody likes Jamie. His parents have HBO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's just a widely known thing.
Yeah,
Like, if you want to watch
absolutely.
HBO, you got to go to Jamie's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a VCR too.
It's rumored.
Yeah.
It's definitely rumored.
Yeah, they tape all the movies off HBO and TBS.
That's
They have
cool.
like 3 movies per tape, too, because they do long
Really
plays.
slow.
Wow. Jamie's house is the coolest. So yeah, I mean, you guys definitely feel
You
like
know-
Jamie's someone that's important to the neighborhood.
I'm afraid of Chet, but I think we need to figure this part out.
Wait,
like-
you think Chet is behind this?
I mean,
no.
No?
I'm
Oh.
more afraid of reality than ghosts and things because I've seen those things before, and so I
Okay.
think we can face this.
I mean, we should
All
at
of you have
least check.
seen some unusual stuff
Yeah.
in town. That's why, unofficially and very secretly, you are all a part of the Monster Hunters Club.
This is right up our alley. We need to check this out.
Yep. We
Guys.
should go check out her basement.
Yeah.
Maybe. All right. So
What?
this is
Like
an
if we need
official
to.
Monster Hunters Club investigation.
Okay. Okay.
What are we
Go Monster Hunters!
We need to work
We
on
need to
that.
work on that. We
Yeah, I
really.
mean, we
Yeah.
only did it like that one time. But we
Yeah.
should.
I
That
got
one
it.
time
Ready?
it worked
Ready?
really well in the
Okay.
heat of the moment, and it's never worked since
And
then.
it wasn't a
On
monster.
3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, what really?
Yeah.
But we're not all dressed
Nice-
that way.
nice try,
We
Peach.
could do like boo. I'm a ghost
You know, every
too.
moment we waste here doing this.
Okay,
our
let's
friend
go.
is
I
in
don't.
trouble.
I feel like any time that you are emulating something that Chewbacca did in the movies, it's not time that it's wasted.
All right, let's go.
I mean,
Good point.
you can't.
It's called a role model, Patrick. Get one.
Wow, that was a burn.
Wow. I'd be a jerk about it.
I don't know.
You're the one who said it was wasting time. You're the jerk first, jerk.
Oh,
Okay,
hey, guys.
come on.
Come on. We have to get to old Mrs. Green's before it gets too dark.
It's
Yeah.
already dark.
Too dark, I said.
It is
It does
dark.
get darker.
And-
I mean, you told me that.
Well, as he says that, you
like
guys
2 a.m.
are suddenly aware, with all of these porch lights going out and everyone turning off their lights, the universal sign that trick-or-treating is ending. It is getting a little bit darker here on the street.
Man.
We gotta get over to Palmer.
We
Let's
do.
go.
If we can solve this, maybe we can get more candy too. Like if we're like, oh, we found Jamie, then we'll come back and give candy out again because we didn't fill up our bags.
We didn't.
Do you think there's a candy? Do you think there's a UNICEF reward for Jamie?
Probably.
Stop with the UNICEF,
If
okay?
ever there was
Wait.
going to be.
What if Jamie becomes one of the abandoned children and they ship him to Africa?
Why would they ship him to
'Cause
Africa?
that's where all the UNICEF kids are.
Oh, what? Wait, is that
They
what
ship 'em
UNICEF
there?
does?
Never mind, we're getting off track again.
They shipped them.
To old Mrs. Green's.
If they didn't ship them there, how did they get there?
All
I
right.
think they're
think they
just
live
from
there
Africa.
originally.
Maybe I should get my bike before we do this.
But you guys, you have your bikes and stuff with you. Like you should. I think you all have a mode of transportation with you.
I have a skateboard.
Well, I've got a
You've got a
skateboard.
skate. You two have skateboards.
Yeah.
You've got a bike, and I think you have a bike as well, don't you, Patrick? It should be in your gear.
I
think
don't
it's-
have a skateboard. I have the Millennium
I have a
Falcon.
bicycle.
You got okay. Yeah, you guys brought those
Clearly.
with you. I mean, you've been wheeling them around just in case you needed to go like far afield to find the good house.
Right.
But yeah, so you guys hop on your skateboards and/or bikes. While talking about the finer points of whether or not UNICEF kids are from Africa or
Prepare
from other
for light
places
speed.
and are shipped to Africa.
So are the kids with skateboards holding onto the back
Yeah.
of the seat so we can go faster?
Except for Petey, who does not need to do that. In
No.
fact, you guys are hard pressed to keep up with him on your bikes.
Making
on
the jump to
skateboard.
hyperspace.
No. I mean, he like kind of is.
Every time he
So
says that, you guys
fast.
know you have to stand up and pedal in order to keep up with him.
I did Mrs. Green's house in 4.3 parsecs.
Parsec
That's
is
not
a
a
unit
speed.
of distance.
They said it in the movie.
So
You
you
know,
guys,
the last movie ever to come out from that series came out last year.
Yeah.
There will be no more movies ever.
I know. Why are you taking this moment away from me?
I'm just letting you know. Prepare yourself. No more movies ever.
I'm going to make my own Chewbacca movies one day.
but he never
He
did.
grew up to be Ryan Johnson.
That's just my stage name. My real name is Petey Norwood.
right.
You guys make it all the way over to Palmer Street and round the corner. And there it is, at the far end of the street. Shrouded in its own darkness. Porch light's never on at this house. This tall Victorian-style two-story house with everything about it just screams sagging and decrepit. Just the old tree in the front yard, the shingles missing, the rotting siding on the side of it. And you see, almost as if on cue, just dark clouds start to sort of just float into the sky as you guys look down the length of Palmer Street.
Is there anyone else around?
No.
Why didn't anybody call the cops?
Because
I
the
mean-
cops aren't
The
gonna believe
cops
us.
won't help us here. This is something we gotta do.
I can't
They don't
call the
hunt
cops.
monsters. We do.
Grown-ups
Sure.
don't care about that stuff, Petey.
Garbage
They're
cops.
too busy like paying taxes or trying to like create charitable organizations like UNICEF.
Telling me I'm doing something wrong.
Besides,
All
we
right,
can
let's
always
go,
go to
guys.
Detective Walton if we actually need help.
All right, so you guys are heading down the
Yeah.
street? Okay. So as you guys head down the street, out of nowhere, there's a gust of cold wind that starts blowing, and a flash of lightning just comes down from the sky and illuminates the front of the house. And for just the briefest second, it doesn't look like a house anymore. It looks like a snarling face with its tongue out, just kind of licking its chops in anticipation of you coming up to the front porch. Can everyone please make a fear test for me? So make a spirit roll.
Well, this is going to go well.
5.
You got a 5?
Oh.
It's not looking good so far.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a critical failure.
Oh, crap.
But you do get to add a +2 for being brave, which is still a failure.
I'm gonna reroll.
Oh, you're gonna re-roll using one of these Susan B. Anthony coins. There you go. That's a
Seven.
success.
I got a 7.
You got a 7? What did you get, Spencer?
9.
9. Okay. So all of you just kind of like pause for a moment when you see that, but as quick as it happens, it's gone. And you all just kind of like nervously laugh at each other, like, oh my God.
We are the
Yes.
mother effing monster hunters.
Yeah. It can't scare us.
We'll be fine.
It was just like a tongue that licked its face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We can take it.
Can someone stand behind me? Because for
Like-
some reason, I'm not able to look behind myself. And when we go to this place, I really need somebody just...
Sure, you got it, Pat.
You guys know Patrick's really superstitious, and he's been talking about that all night. He will not look behind himself on
I'll just
Halloween.
do it so that he stops.
Why don't we
talking
just get you a mirror?
Yeah, that's
I
a good
think that's
idea.
cheating
Just
in
hold up
some
a
way.
hand mirror
I don't
then.
think it's
But if
cheating.
it's a vampire, I won't see them anyway. And then
If it's
Good
a
point.
vampire, you're dead anyhow.
That's true.
That's true.
I just don't want to get Scooby.
Great
Yeah.
points. These are great points about the mirror.
Yeah.
All right, so we go forward.
You guys going forward?
I am.
Okay.
I guess.
Closer you get to the house, the more this sense of like dread and silence just starts to like build up, and you guys become acutely aware of how deserted the street is. It's just you guys and old Mrs. Green's house.
You think she has some candy?
Let's circle around the side and see if there's a way into her basement.
Only to fatten us up and eat us.
Let's
Yeah,
not go
maybe-
in the front door. If there's anything that's going to be trapped, it's going to be the front door.
probably
we
a
should
good idea.
go in a window or someplace on the second story or through.
How are we
the-
going to get up there? I mean, it's windy and there's...
Well, why don't we see
Lightning.
if there's a basement first? I can pick the lock.
Yeah.
There
We
are
could do
also a bunch of windows on the ground
We
floor
can do
as well.
either one.
All the windows are not up on the second story. This is a house that has the full setup. Windows on both floors.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those fancy ones.
If my knowledge about this neighborhood is right, and this house, there should be a storm cellar, and the entrance should be in the back. So I guess we can maybe go back there because
Yeah, let's go
usually
through the
people-
storm cellar.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
It's not a basement, but
What do you mean it's not a
I mean,
basement?
it's
it'll
kind of
do.
the same thing, isn't
It's
it?
basically what's the cellar? It's the basement.
Yeah.
they're a little bit different.
It's under the house. So that's the
I
basement.
appreciate it if you don't make fun of me, Petey. I
Wow.
don't
You
make fun
make
of your
fun-
Chewbacca.
You make fun of me all the time. What are you talking about?
He's
I
right.
just telling you about the movies that they're over. I'm not making fun of Chewbacca.
He's also
Okay.
right.
All right. Do you have your dictionary with you?
Yes.
Okay, so
Okay,
we gotta
look up-
find Jamie.
look up cellar and see what
let's
it
get back
says.
on track here.
Okay,
What's
I'm
the
gonna
cellar
go.
say?
It says another word for basement.
Okay.
I'm gonna go pick the lock for the storm cellar.
If it needs to be.
First, you want to see if there is a door to the storm cellar,
Yeah.
and if it is in fact locked.
Well, Spence said there was.
How would you
so-
get into the storm cellar if it didn't have a door?
Should pick the lock.
Ipso facto. QED.
Petey's got it. All right, so you guys are not going to go to the front door. You're going to circle around the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are keeping kind of like a respectable distance from the house. You don't want to get too close.
Right.
You have the sort of like irrational thought that if you were to touch the house, that it might bite you. And you kind of just circle around to the side. You see a bunch of windows on the first floor.
Use your spyglass.
One of you make a notice roll for me.
Use the night vision
Who's
scope.
good at noticing?
Use the night vision
Too dark
scope.
now.
Use,
There's no lights out.
use your night vision scope.
Any of you can make a notice roll. You can all make a notice roll if you want.
Okay, I'll make a notice.
0.
A 0.
Yeah, no, I don't notice it.
Wow!
what
A critical failure.
I'm not re-rolling that.
You're not going to re-roll it?
No.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I have to keep asking. Part of the investigation, yes.
This is part of an investigation.
5.
You are
So much
a 5. Okay, so you got a 5. You got a 0.
Yeah, I got like a...
And you got a critical failure. So Tommy is looking around, and she's right behind you, Petey.
Yeah.
And she's kind of getting frustrated because it's too dark to really make anything out. And she, as you turn back to tell her something about Chewbacca, she just frustratedly kicks the ground where there happens to be a patch of gravel and just shoots one rock of gravel directly up underneath your mask and into your eye.
Ow!
What? Just be quiet. What
You are
happened?
going to have a -1 to all sight-based notice checks for the rest of the session because one of your eyes is now irritated and scratchy from a piece of gravel that you can't quite get all the way out.
What's wrong?
Tommy,
What?
you hit me in the eye.
How did I just kicked the ground.
Yeah, what is the ground made of?
Ground? I don't know.
Rocks?
Dirt.
What do you think you kicked? You
While
kicked a
that's
rock in
happening,
my
Spencer,
face.
Sorry, it wasn't intentional.
You see that the windows, one of them on the ground floor seems to be cracked ever so slightly. It's not fully shut all the way. There's a little bit of an opening there.
Guys, shh, 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 shh. Look, there looks to be like a little opening up ahead. We might be able to get in this way.
Well, we should try it, yeah.
Petey can't see anything.
Do you have a Band-Aid in your first aid kit?
I don't have a first aid kit. I'm not a paramedic.
Kind of cop.
You have the healing skill, right?
Oh, yes, I do.
You do actually have on you a couple of Band-Aids that you insist to all the other kids are more than just normal Band-Aids. These Band-Aids are the ones that your grandma used to give to you that always made you feel better right away.
So, can I use my healing to help him out?
Sure. You could make a healing roll to help out Petey.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Drops?
Yeah, sure. I'm sick all the time. I might have it.
Sure. You do. It does actually say that you have a bunch of medication on you all the time that doesn't actually make you feel better.
Okay.
Okay. So make a healing roll.
Some kind of like. 4.
A 4. Okay. So yeah, you go digging around in your, we'll say, a fanny pack of medication that you carry around with you at your mother's insistence.
Right.
And you do have a little bottle of Visine.
And I go, here you go.
All right, so fine, we'll get rid of your -1 penalty for having the gravel. You're able to flush those little bits of gravel and sand out of your eye.
Dude, where'd you get that cool fanny pack?
My mom got it for me at Kmart.
Thanks for the sponsorship money, by the way, Kmart. We really appreciate it. I know you guys are in a bit of a hard place right now, but we appreciate you looking out for us.
This is the salvation they see is supporting a tiny little D&D stream.
All right, so you say you saw like a window or something?
Did you find the storm cellar? Sorry, Tommy kicked a rock in my eye.
I didn't do it on purpose.
You don't have
sure
a
she
BB
didn't
gun
do
or
it on-
anything, do you? You got a knife, right?
I have a knife. My
I go
skateboard.
stand on the other side.
Over here, and I'll take them over to
Okay.
the opening that I see.
You're going to take them over to the... you do also catch a glimpse behind the house of storm cellar doors.
See, I told you they're back here.
But we don't have to break in this way. It's already open.
But I can.
I know, Tommy.
I'm just saying.
I've done extensive research into your back file.
What's
I know
open? Is
exactly
this a window
Huh?
that's
That's
open?
not
What's
scary
open?
at all.
What?
What's
I
open?
had to get her off the... Never mind.
What's open?
Because I got... Never mind. I can't say it right. What?
What's open?
Was it
Slippery
window,
slope,
right?
slippery slope.
Yeah, there's a window that's just very slightly cracked.
Yeah.
If I was gonna set a trap, I'd set a trap on the front door, and then I'd crack a window and set a trap where like a bear thing would like fall down, like a bear trap.
Do you
with,
see a
like,
bear
spikes.
trap above
A
us?
falling bear
Well, if
trap,
you
really?
if you saw it, it wouldn't be a good trap, would it?
Now it's in our heads, so like, its window's probably trapped. We should probably go through the cellar door.
Can I see your knife?
Okay, but be careful, it's sharp.
Look out,
Okay.
nerd.
And I'm trying.
So you're going up to the window and using the okay. So there's no blade to leverage actually. It's just a pocket knife.
Oh,
so
okay.
you
So
kind
it's not-
of
it's not like
that.
peel it out and kind of stick it under there and start, and it bends under the weight of the
Here you
window.
go.
But it's still
I bend it back.
the window is still moving
it
fairly
closes right.
freely.
It'll close eventually. I'll fix it.
All right.
You definitely make a little space though with the pocket knife for sure. It wasn't a total waste. And you pull the window up noiselessly and silently.
Great. See? No bear traps.
Well, you haven't walked in
stepped
yet.
inside yet.
Who's going first?
I'll go. And I go in.
Okay, so you crawl in through the window, and everyone waits with bated breath to see if a bear trap falls on you.
1001.
I have not died from bear trap.
Quiet. Shh.
Sorry.
It could be voice activated.
What?
What?
2003.
Can you guys get in
2004,
here, please?
2005.
What are you counting for?
It could be a delayed trap.
It's not a delay.
not
Will you
that
get in
delayed.
here?
We should probably go
7.
inside.
Petey, if anyone's going to
scary
disable
by
a trap, it's
myself.
going to be you.
Yeah.
So you should probably get in there.
I go
next.
look and see if there's. I look up. Is there a trap up there?
There's no damn trap. Get in the.
Make a notice roll.
See? My eye feels a lot better though. Thank you. 5.
So you've gone in, and Petey, you're kind of sticking your head in to look up at
Yeah,
the ceiling.
yeah.
So you stick your head through the window opening and look up at the ceiling, and you don't see a bear trap, but you do see cobwebs everywhere up there. And do any of you have flashlights with you? I mean, you're trick or treating.
I was going to say I probably would have had to bring a flashlight from
I'd
Mom,
imagine
but
so.
You guys, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty. Unless you have a reason not to have a flashlight, you all probably have flashlights on you. And you look up and turn on your flashlight to check, and you see a big spider just go scurrying through the cobwebs up in the corner of the room and kind of retreat into the corner.
Well, okay. Let's go check out the cellar.
What?
Wait, I'm already in the room.
You do not want to be in that room.
Is there a bear
You do
trap in
not-
there?
There's
no
worse.
bear trap.
What?
It is
Worse?
a spider trap.
What?
Where?
There's a spider trap in there.
Right.
They've made a trap of live spiders that will jump
You-
down.
you
They'll
s-
bite you and they'll sting you and you'll swell up.
There's cobwebs and dust all over the place in this room. It looks like a dining room, but you look up in the corner and you do see one spider. It doesn't look that big to you, just up in the corner of the
There's
spider web.
black widows in the house. Do
common
not go.
house.
Okay,
are
look.
no black widows
look
here in
for,
Alabama.
look for red dots. Look for red dots.
What? Okay, just look for red dots so that he will stop freaking out.
Make a notice roll, Patrick.
For fuck's sake. Sorry. 6.
Oh, you
Just
aced.
re-roll
Reroll.
it again.
1. So
All right,
7.
so 7. Okay, so you kind of you sigh and you spend a couple moments like looking at the spider. It looks like a brown spider. It's not moving. You can't really tell from here.
It's fine.
Brown recluse. It's brown recluse.
It's
That's
not a-
that's just as toxic. It's
Jesus.
just as toxic.
Will someone
Okay.
please just get Petey through
Petey,
the
we have to go through this. It's already open.
I'm
We'll just get out of the
already
room really
here.
fast.
You gotta kill it. Use your knife.
Oh my
Stab
God.
it.
Okay, fine.
Stab it.
Fine. I will kill the spider for
It's
you.
all the way up on the ceiling.
Yeah.
How the hell is she gonna
Lure it down with your
with
flesh.
With my flesh?
You've
All
got
right.
candy.
I'm gonna climb through the window.
All right, you climb through the window and you're now in this weird dining room along with.
Is there like I don't know, like some Kleenex or shoe or something around?
Well, so you kind of look around, and in the light from your flashlight, you see there's dust and there's more cobwebs kind of all over the place in here, and every now and then you catch a little glimpse of like too many legs. So there's definitely some spiders in here.
More than just that one.
But the dining room table is actually completely spotless. And in fact, there's a white tablecloth on it. There's place settings set out. There's a roast pig on the middle of the dining room table, complete with apple in its mouth. And there's 2 unlit candles in nice silver sconces. It looks like someone has set up for a very lovely meal.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna like,
Well,
is
at least
there?
they're gonna eat pig and not us.
I guess.
No.
I'm gonna like push a chair over to where and just take off my shoe and just like kill it.
Okay, so you push a chair over into the corner and stand up on it and spend a few moments unbuckling all the buckles on your cool motorcycle boots. And you pull it off and just start whacking up in the up top corner of the room.
We are
What?
not the
I have to kill the
stealthiest group of
spider.
people.
To the left. Yeah, start running to the left.
Guys, if there is old Mrs. Green here, then we've given away our position.
Patrick, will you
Several
make a
times.
notice roll for me? Because you are inside the house along with Tommy, but she is focused on killing a spider by whacking it with a motorcycle boot.
5.
5. You hear from another room, an adjoining room, you hear a light giggle, and then you hear what sounds like the sound of footsteps running around upstairs.
Stop.
What?
I heard laughter and there's footsteps.
Tommy, you don't hear
What?
anything.
Don't worry about the spider.
He's not gonna come inside if we don't get rid of it.
Well, then he'll be stuck outside. I don't care anymore. We got to figure this out. Get in here. If you come in, he'll come in. Come on.
Petey, I'll lift you up and then I'll follow you in.
Tommy, you're not sure you killed the spider, but you don't see it anymore.
I
so
got
you're-
the spider, Petey. I got the spider.
I think it's too late for whispering.
I know.
You have to come inside. I
I'm 10
got
and
him.
I don't know that.
All right. I will come inside, but I want to carry the knife.
You'll stab yourself,
No,
Petey.
I'm gonna stab spiders.
You should use a shoe. Knife against a spider is it's
Your
too
shoe?
small.
Can I have the shoe you used?
I gotta wear my shoes. I need just
I'll trade you a shoe.
for what? Your shoe? Your shoe's not gonna fit my foot.
Yeah, his shoes are like toddler shoes. Like he's got tiny little
Just
feet.
Velcro.
They have
We'll
Velcro.
find
They're
a shoe.
adjustable.
We'll find a shoe in here to carry.
I'm not wearing a witch shoe to kill spiders. Oh,
It'd probably work better.
yeah, but what if she uses her evil eye on me and then starts making me dance and stuff?
But at what cost? At
What's
what
that have to do
cost?
with killing spiders?
Then I'll be dancing, and then the spiders will come up and they'll be like, ah, and
I'll
they'll
kill
bite
them.
me.
I'll kill them if that happens. I'll get all the spiders.
I'm just saying I'd feel better if I had a knife or a shoe.
Yeah, we'll find you one.
Tommy, as he's saying that, you kind of glance back at the table in the light of your flashlight, and you see that there's actually place settings out for a lot of these tables, but there are a couple large serving knives and large serving forks on the table that look like they could do a little bit of damage, actually.
Oh, Petey, look, there are a bunch of knives on the table. Take one.
I want the
out.
cleaver that's in the pig's neck.
Okay.
There is not a cleaver in the pig's neck, but there is a butcher's knife in there.
You can take it. Take it.
So I lift him up and push him through the window.
Okay.
Give me a boost.
That's what I'm doing.
You're doing a terrible job of it. Like push. Like
I don't know why you guys are friends with Petey, and Petey, I don't know why you're friends with them.
Because the answer is nobody else says.
That's it's sad, but true.
Sad on all fronts.
So Petey, you get unceremoniously boosted through the window.
Finally.
Maybe a little more force than was strictly necessary. And then
He's
you're,
so light.
Good job, Columbo.
you're following behind him.
Columbo, thanks.
Huh?
You're not Columbo, you're Magnum PI.
Well, that's right. I am Magnum PI tonight, but
So
Columbo is-
we're all in the room now?
Yes.
Okay.
just shine my flashlight around.
Does anyone-
I heard walking and some laughter, so...
Should we go upstairs?
Obviously.
Like a kid?
Yeah. You guys are looking around, and the house looks abandoned and dusty, and like I said, still cobwebs everywhere,
Except
but
for
up
the
in the
table.
ceiling.
Do I know?
The table, the pig is still steaming like it's been recently cooked, and there is a distinct feeling that you are not alone in this
We
house.
should eat some of this pig.
No,
What?
I don't know.
But he's just sitting there. It looks really good.
It does look good.
I feel the pig. Is pig warm?
It's almost too hot to the touch, like it's freshly roasted.
Guys, we have our candy. We don't need pig.
I
We
get,
ate dinner earlier.
It was like an
why do you
hour
want
ago.
pigs?
I get a full-size Milky Way.
Exactly.
Petey has just a ring of chocolate around his mouth. At
Well,
some
you
point
had
during
a
the spider
full-size
killing,
Milky Way.
he just nervously consumed an entire Milky Way.
What do you mean we have candy? There's nothing left in my bag.
You already ate it all?
Jeez, Petey.
What?
Wow. That was fast.
Does anyone want to take a knife or a serving fork or a carving
I
knife
will
from the
take a
table?
knife.
Yeah? Okay, so you can write it down. It is a weapon that will do strength plus d4 damage.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Is that what mine does?
Owen Wilson is still pretty young at this point.
Right.
Your knife? Sure. Yeah, your knife does strength plus d4 damage as well.
Okay.
Did anyone else take a knife?
I would
Or a
like to
fork?
find
There's,
more of.
there's somebody upstairs. I heard footsteps up there.
No, everything's fine.
Okay, well,
I have my knife.
hold on. If I was a kid, where would I be trapped?
In the basement, that's why. That's the whole
But I
reason
heard
we go into the
footsteps
cellar.
upstairs.
Or the
But
attic?
you were
that
like,
might
Mr.
be-
Genius Deduction here was like, let's go through this conveniently open window. We're full of spiders.
And it worked out. We're all here.
Oh, and the
And we
spider's
heard that
dead.
someone's upstairs. We wouldn't have heard that if we were in the cellar.
Right.
No, instead we'd be with Jamie, where he's locked up in a cage right now.
Well, we have to try.
All those neighborhood dogs.
Or our. What? No, we're already
no-
inside. We should go. We should
No
go
one's
upstairs.
reported a dog missing.
You wouldn't report it either if you knew what happened to those dogs.
What?
What?
You're,
know what you're
wait,
talking about.
You're implying that you know what happened to the dogs. And what? Never mind.
Let's go upstairs. We'll follow the sound, and then we
Right.
can go back to the cellar.
So start looking for stairs.
Okay, well there's no stairs in this room, but there's a door.
Well,
There's
yeah,
a door
but I
out of the
look-
room.
Yeah.
So you guys kind of like you push open a door and
Is
kind
it
of look
the
through it.
opposite way from where the giggling was? Because I'd like to go the opposite way of where the giggling was. Or is it just one way out?
Yeah, there's only the one door out of this
Okay,
room, and
okay,
behind it
so-
was definitely where you heard the giggling.
Yeah. All right. There we go.
So you guys kind of you're in the lead,
Sure.
and then who's behind Patrick?
I'll be behind him.
Okay.
since we're the-
Who's in the rear?
I'll be in the rear.
Okay, and then Petey's got. Is that your knife or your flashlight, or have you taped it together so you have some sort of flashlight bayonet now?
Ooh. Yeah, I probably taped it together.
Okay, cool. I thought that was a fun idea also. All right. So you guys go kind of walking through this door, and you're in like a little small, like foul-smelling kitchen, and you don't see much in here, so you kind of turn a corner into another room, and this is a dusty study, it looks like. And there is an open window with a pale beam of moonlight shining down on a closed, what looks like a dusty scrapbook on a desk in the middle of the study.
Well, I guess the storm just passed through pretty quick.
Guess how?
Look at all these books.
Jamie. Psst,
Jamie.
I think we'd be able to see him if he was in here.
Oh, we could
Probably.
at least try.
I'll follow the moonbeam down.
Okay. Yeah.
And look at the books.
Will you make an investigation roll for me, please,
Yeah, I would.
Spencer?
I would love.
Are you any good at investigating?
Oh, yes.
And you are following the trail of clues, so add a +2 to this.
Good. That's a 5.
A 5. Okay, so you see this scrapbook kind of illuminated on the desk, and you open it up, and it appears to be newspaper clippings from years past, all here in Gulfhaven? Is that the name that I gave the town has? Yeah. That's their name for the town.
Astoria, Oregon.
And you flip through it, and you notice that all of the newspaper articles are disappearances, kids that have disappeared. And all of them are dated somewhere on or after Halloween, back through the years, and all of them make mention of something about Palmer Street. And then you keep flipping through it, and when you get to the last page, you see a newspaper article, and it makes you stop because you see your 4 school pictures just printed in black and white on the newspaper article, and it says missing children, and the date is tomorrow's date. Will everyone please make a fear check for me?
What? That's spirit, right?
Spirit.
Yes.
But I get +2 because I'm brave.
You do, yeah. Wow. Is that a triple ace?
Yeah.
A 19?
Yeah.
19 on your fear test.
I am not afraid of this.
Reroll.
Oh, yeah.
So you got a 5. You got an 11.
7.
Okay. So Tommy's not the best reader, which is part of the reason why she's gotten held back.
What does it say?
You work it out, word by word, Tommy.
Also,
We're here with you.
I expect that Tommy has skipped like school picture day for like the last 3 years. So the picture that they use for Tommy is like of a completely different kid, basically.
She's got a side ponytail. And she's missing her 2 front teeth.
It's the 3 of us and some kid from 4th grade.
That's me.
Huh?
So you guys look at it, and for just a moment, it kind of like takes you aback. But then you realize, no, this has got to be some sort of like someone made like a fake newspaper article just as like a goof.
So he's just trying to scare us.
I'm going to take this. And so I'll take that sheet and fold it up and put it in my notebook.
I should take the whole scrapbook, Ace.
That's a good idea.
Well, these are printed newspapers that I have access to at the local library.
Are they though?
Yeah, I've read them before.
If they were all in the library, how come nobody has come and arrested this house?
It just
Arrested the
says Palmer
house?
Street. You can't arrest a house. I'm very well versed in criminology, and arresting houses is not something you can do.
Okay.
That's why the police are so
Mainly
useless
because
in this
of
town.
handcuffs, they just don't work.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I
Just
I
trying.
hear what you're saying. I hear
Trying to solve the case here.
All right. So you guys gonna move on from the study?
Let's get
Yeah.
on. I'm sure this is all. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys kind of walk through not the door you came into the study, but the other door.
I want to look through the desk and see if I can find a lighter or matches.
Make a notice roll for me.
6.
Ace.
Oh, and you get to read. Yep.
7.
Okay. Looking through the desk, you do find no lighter, but an old, dusty box of those like strike anywhere matches.
Okay.
And there's maybe like 3 matches left in there.
All right. If we come by any cobwebs, I'm gonna take care of them.
Okay.
It's not burning down the house.
If we come by 3 cobwebs.
We can stay in the house for 2 matches, and then we got to start leaving because I'm not using my last match, and they're gonna get trapped like an idiot.
Sorry, jeez.
All right. So you guys are walking outside of the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
So you.
guessing the look he gave me, even though he has a Chewbacca mask.
Well, I imagine at this point, for visibility purposes, you guys probably have your masks riding up on the
because
top
I
of your
really
head.
Oh, I didn't have a mask.
Oh.
I
Right.
still have the mustache.
You got the
though.
mustache.
Yeah.
I can see that.
My costume has been recycled so many times that the mask is actually broken, so it's just like the top forehead part, and then I put shoe polish and a black nose on my face.
Okay, that's great.
And then I have the
So you look like a dog with plastic eyebrows, basically.
And then I have the vampire teeth that you can get, the little, like whatever,
Yeah.
25-cent plastic vampire teeth. I have those in.
Oh God.
I wish
I'm
we'd
glowing
known that
dark.
earlier. These adults would have been reacting entirely differently to you, Petey.
Would they have those?
Why do they keep calling me Vampire Ralph the dog? I don't get it.
So you guys go walking outside of this room, and you appear to be in some sort of like foyer. And just as you push the door open, Patrick, you hear footsteps just go running rapidly past you. And you see movement in your peripheral vision. But when you will you make a notice roll for me?
The guy cutting up the person. 5.
Okay, really quickly you're able to react to that, and you kind of spin your flashlight over in that direction, and you catch just the briefest glimpse of what looks like something kid-sized running back into the kitchen.
Okay.
But it looks like you guys startled it. So everyone have a Benny.
Whoa!
All right.
I am generating all of these events randomly by drawing cards from the deck as per the adventure. So sometimes
cool.
good things happen, and sometimes bad things happen.
Thank you.
I've never seen this many pennies on my
Right?
sheets.
I know.
So many.
I have a feeling we might be losing some though soon.
What?
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, you catch a glimpse of something kid-sized running back into the kitchen.
I think that was. I mean,
What?
It was the right size. It was. I think that's what's his name again?
Jamie.
Jamie.
Yeah.
I think that was Jamie. We should go find him. Let's go.
Okay.
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 All right, so you guys are going back into the kitchen?
Yeah.
All right, so you go back in here into this small kind of like rotten smelling kitchen, and you're looking around, but it looks empty.
I don't see anybody.
I saw them run by me.
Jamie.
Jamie. Jamie.
No response.
Is there another door out of this kitchen?
There's the door that goes back into the dining room, and then there's this door that you came in that goes back into
Should we
the
check
foyer.
the dining room?
Yeah, we should check the dining.
Okay.
Well, wait.
What?
I'll open cupboards and stuff.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Maybe hidden in the pantry. I go look in the pantry.
Okay, you're gonna go look in the pantry. So you go over to the pantry and kind of turn the door, and it creaks open, and you look inside, and it's just bare shelves and maybe like one box of Arm & Hammer baking soda that's just open and sitting there. You
Seems
open
fresh.
a cabinet, and immediately a large rat is as startled to be seen as you are. But will you make a fear test for me, please?
9.
Okay.
We are the Monster Hunters Club.
The rat kind of squeaks and goes scurrying like up into a hole inside one of the cabinets and
Whoa.
into the walls. But all that merits from Spencer is a slightly startled, whoa.
Yeah.
What?
Nothing. Just a rat.
Oh, gross.
Big deal.
All right, look. All right. So he's not in any of the cupboards. So let's go check out the. I'm sure he ran through here.
Hey, do you guys want any baking soda?
Why?
I don't know. They have baking soda in here that's open. Usually it's open in your fridge, but they got it open in the pantry.
No, I don't need any.
Maybe they were making, volcanoes or something.
You
It's
know,
entirely possible.
if you add a cup and a half of baking soda to a tub of vinegar.
Okay, I don't want to hear anymore.
All right.
There's just a couple spoonfuls of lye. Just hear him out.
Somebody doesn't want to learn science.
Lie is the miracle cure.
All right, so where are you guys going?
To the dining room, I guess. To
Okay,
see.
so you guys are looking around, and you kind of all duck into the dining room and duck through the door. They go a little bit ahead of you, Patrick, and as they're kind of looking through there, you start to hear footsteps coming up behind you.
Nope, not looking.
Um,
Got a major phobia about that.
Yes,
so.
you do. So they're looking through the dining room. You guys don't see anything in here. It looks just like it did when you were here a second ago.
Jamie!
But you all of a sudden hear Patrick go, no.
Patrick, what?
Turn around.
Something behind me.
What?
I hear footsteps.
So
I look
Joe,
behind.
you're looking back, Tommy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Be a dead person, and I'm not looking.
So you have your sheet just kind of like rolled up on you're kind of wearing it like a hoodie almost. And as you look behind Patrick, it sort of like falls in place over the front of your face again, but luckily your eye holes are lined up so you can still see. You see what looks like a kid in a like creepy, weird, distorted Halloween costume sneaking up behind Patrick. But then when you turn around and look as a ghost, it like sees you and runs off into the darkness of the house.
Jamie, there was a kid back there. Might be Jamie.
Also, you all get a penny.
What? Wow.
Okay.
You guys have been very lucky with the suits that have been drawn.
If we don't use all these, can we keep them for Friday?
No.
Come on.
Can I let her have mine for Friday?
No.
Oh, okay.
But you're the only one that sees that, Tom.
There was a kid. There were I was like gonna jump.
Well, let's
go.
find him.
Yeah.
We'll follow.
We run. I run.
Wait a minute.
Wheezily.
We came in here looking for a monster, but all the kids are afraid of us. Maybe we're the real monsters.
Ah!
Ah! What are you doing?
Here he jumped. Did you see him jump?
Because you hit me.
He jumped a little bit.
I'll admit, you
got him.
scared me a little bit.
Yeah, that was a good one, you guys.
Well, he
go
would
get
have
this
if you were
kid.
still in the room, Patrick,
Yeah,
but you
that's
took
true.
off running after this Halloween kid. So really, it's just Spencer who's standing here listening to Petey whisper while you two take off after this
Not
kid.
far away from a freshly.
Don't be such a rube, Spence. Come on.
So I'm running.
So yeah, you're running, and Tommy, you're right behind him, right? So you guys go out in the foyer, and you catch a glimpse of something just disappearing up the top on the upstairs landing into the darkness
Jamie!
of upstairs.
Hey,
We're looking for you.
Everyone thinks
You guys
you're
go
dead.
running
Yeah.
upstairs?
Yeah, absolutely.
Stop
Are you
being
guys
such a
following him?
jerk.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys run upstairs after them, and it's just kind of like a dark, long hallway with a bunch of different doors that go off in either direction.
God damn it. Can
Oh, yeah,
I?
see.
How does this light thing work? Let's see.
You want to try and use your light power?
Yeah, to brighten
Okay.
everything up.
You would make a, I believe it says you make a spirit roll to activate it.
Okay.
And then if you do that, you will essentially just create an area of sunlight inside of the house that follows, that's centered on your grandmother's ring and follows you guys.
Why not? Let's do that. That
Okay.
sounds fun.
So Patrick's had enough with all this darkness.
I'm done.
And you guys see him pull the ring that he keeps on a silver chain around his neck
Oh.
out of his costume.
Have I done this before?
Yeah. You guys know Patrick can do some weird things when he puts his mind to it, but you're used to it. It's come in handy before. There was that time that you guys were after that vampire, and this thing pretty much atomized it because it works just like sunlight.
So it's a spirit roll then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, and you
erased
aced
it.
that one.
Nice that one. All right. So 7.
Cool, so 7 or 7.
Doing that.
6, 1.
Okay, so you pull out your grandma's ring, and as all of you watch, you just kind of look at it for a second, and it starts to glow, and then that light just starts to expand out from it in all directions around you guys until you're all standing in a patch of what feels like just daylight inside of this house that doesn't appear to be coming from any particular direction.
Wow. It's like way brighter in here now.
See? Much better.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little sweaty.
All right. All right.
So you're looking around with that, and will all of you make a notice roll for me, please?
Do we get a bonus because of the light?
Well, you don't get a negative because of the light.
Oh!
Critical failure.
Oh!
I'm gonna re-roll
You're
that.
gonna re-roll that? Why not? You got all
You
these
don't want
bennies,
a
right?
rock to get in your eye.
Crit. No, I don't.
Wow.
Come on.
Well, it's a failure, but not a critical
Well,
failure.
it's a 0. I got a 0 again.
Oh,
Oh, you aced.
I got a 4.
7?
that's like the third one I've done.
All right.
Is this directly related to the investigation?
Yes.
Okay. Then a 4.
Okay, why are you getting a -2 to your notice roll?
I don't have notice.
No. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're such a delinquent.
No.
All right.
I don't notice anything.
So you're just suddenly dazzled going from darkness to bright sunlight.
Your pupils are...
You guys both notice just at the same time that Patrick was making his grandma's ring start to glow again like he does sometimes, your flashlights were starting to sputter and go out. And looking at them now in the light, it's hard to tell for sure, but it looks like the lights are not illuminated in there. And Patrick, now that you're looking around, you're not distracted by the flashlight. You see what looks like dark shapes flitting around the edges of darkness, just on the outside edge of this area of sunlight that they all look about your height, and every now and then you'll see a little bit of them will be caught in the sunlight. They're all wearing these weird contorted Halloween masks.
Do you guys see that? There's these kids right in the darkness.
What? I can't see anything.
After Patrick points them out, though, suddenly looking around you, you can see them, and you become aware that there's probably about 8 on either side of you. Like, this upstairs landing suddenly feels very crowded and very menacing.
Jamie is. Do you guys know where Jamie is?
We're specifically looking for Jamie.
Who are you guys?
How many missing kids were there?
Over the years,
Yeah.
probably around like 20 all told.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
There's no response from them. They all just sort of stop and put their arms down and just stare at you in this circle of sunlight.
Listen.
Look, they won't
And
pass
then-
through the sunlight.
All at once, they just start to...
Listen. If you're Chet's friends, I have a knife.
I have
We all have
I have a
knives.
knife and a match.
I want to move
Yeah.
with the light towards one of them because they're on the outskirts.
Yeah.
I want to see if it's like the ghost and they get.
So you move with the light towards it, and all of a sudden, it is fully illuminated in the light of his grandmother's ring, and you can see just greasy, stringy hair behind what looks like a misshapen Captain Kirk mask, and they start lunging at you guys.
I made a mistake!
So there's, all told, about 16 of them up
Oh my
here.
god.
Boy.
Do you
Well,
guys
thank God
want
we have
to
all
fight,
these.
or do you want to run?
Run.
Book it! Book it!
At this exact moment, you all hear a shrieking scream from somewhere below the house.
I told you the basement.
Go in the cellar.
What?
Who's the idiot who's like, oh,
You
look
gu-
at this window.
You guys turn to run, and they come screeching after you down the stairs. So we're going to run this like a chase.
Oh no.
Okay.
All right,
Make
so
these chases.
I need everybody to make an agility roll.
Especially
Now,
when
Petey,
Zombie animal.
you're going to be adding a +4 to your agility roll because you are so much faster than these things.
All right.
Wow, that is. Ooh.
13.
13. Okay, so what did you get? 4? Okay, so you're going to get 1 card.
Okay.
King of Spades.
5.
5? You also get 1 card. A Queen of Clubs, which means a complication.
Crap. Of course.
You're going to re-roll? Okay.
My life is always. Things are
That's
happening
not
to
good for
me.
you.
Well, I get the highest. of
Sure,
what-
Blaine.
I can't catch a break. That's what it says. Tommy can't catch a break. It's right here in the
Okay,
cards.
one more.
1 more? Okay.
You were dealt a bad hand.
There we go. 5.
5. Okay, you get 1 card as well. You got a 3 of spades, and you get a 13.
13.
So that is a success with 2 raises. So you get 3 cards, and you get to choose which one you want to keep.
Oh.
So you get a 5 of spades, a 10 of clubs,
Who shuffled these?
and a 4 of diamonds.
I'll take the
I shuffled
diamonds.
them. Yeah, you don't want to take. You want the highest card you can get,
Oh.
but clubs cause complications. So it might be better to not take the club and go for a lower card.
Your best bet.
What's the big difference between a 4 and a 5, though? Diamonds is a better suit, right?
Well, but it doesn't matter. The suit doesn't matter. It's the number of the card. That means that's the initiative order.
Oh.
Oh, they only got a 2, so they don't even get a card in this round. Okay, so
So in that case,
which one are you gonna keep, Petey?
I'm going to stick with my gun. I'm going to take the 4 diamonds.
All right, give me those other 2. All right, so first up is Patrick.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you go just running down the stairs. So here's the question: are you running for the front door to get outside, or are you running after that scream?
I'm running after the screen.
Okay. So you take off down the stairs, and you are able to make some good distance and get away from these things.
Scream. Yeah.
So hand in your card there.
There you go.
Thank you.
There you go.
Next up is Tommy. So Tommy, you go. All right. So you got a Queen of Clubs, right?
Uh-huh.
So there is a minor obstacle in your way. So you turn to follow Patrick and go booking it down the stairs. But Patrick, a little bit of the vinyl of his costume ripped off when he turned, and it's
God
just
damn it,
sitting
Patrick.
on the step. And as you turn to run down there, it just slides out from underneath your foot. Can you make an agility roll for me, please?
Oh.
Sorry, I thought it was.
Oh, that's a failure. Oh, we're gonna re-roll that.
Re-roll!
Okay. That's a critical failure. Gonna re-roll that one.
Yeah. Come on. Give me
There you
some.
go.
There you go. You aced it.
8.
Okay, and your right foot just shoots out from underneath you, and you almost lose purchase, but you're able to kind of pinwheel your arms and then continue running down the stairs without falling down them.
damn
So
it.
hand in your card. And then Spencer, you got.
I go first. I got
Oh right, you got.
4.
Okay, so are you also running down the down the stairs towards the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're able to run
real
down the
quick.
stairs, and it takes you almost no time at all to catch back up with Patrick. And then you're right behind him?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see that these things didn't necessarily expect all of you to have such quick reflexes. It's almost like they expected to be able to get a little bit more of the jump on you, and you guys are able to get some good distance while they're just sort of surprised at your speed. So hand in your card.
We've had practice running.
You guys, yeah, you guys are good runners. That's the first round of the chase. Everyone make another agility roll.
Good running.
Oh, there's a 6 and a 1, so 7.
7, okay. Wow, you aced on both of your dice, so re-roll both of them.
Yeah.
How does this work?
You're going to keep
You'll
the
take the
highest
highest.
result of whichever the final total is.
Oh wow.
So you
that's
rolled
definitely
again
gonna
on,
be the 8.
yeah.
So that's 16.
Bathory Black Metal, thank you for the sub.
So I got a 22.
22. Okay, awesome.
Wow.
So that
Thank
is
you,
a success
Bathory
with a
Black
raise, with a raise, with a raise, with a success with 4 raises.
Wow.
What did you get?
I'm really good at this game, you guys.
I got a reroll.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Go for it.
There's a. Oh, that's a 4.
Yeah.
6.
Okay, so that's a success, and then I'll roll for them as well. Okay, I'm gonna re-roll that because that's not even a success. There we go. That's a success. They'll get a card too. All right, so you got a 7.
Yes.
So that's almost a success with a raise, but you get 1 card. 5 of hearts.
All right.
We don't know what Tommy got. You got 1 success. Ace of clubs. You get
Great.
5 cards, and you
Yeah.
get to choose whichever one you want. 1,
Yeah.
2, 3,
Who shuffled these cards?
4. I did. 5. Might I recommend the Jack of Diamonds, sir?
I guess.
All
I
right.
got an 8 of hearts and then a bunch of garbage.
I'll take those. And then they get a King of Diamonds.
Whoa.
Tommy, we need an agility roll from you.
Okay.
There's no time for candy. It's Halloween.
Always time for candy.
You get the whole thing of Smarties?
Yeah, because Jordan's making me hurry.
You aced.
I did. 9.
9. Okay, so that's a success with a raise. So you get 2 cards, a 9 of clubs and a 7 of hearts. Which one do you want?
7.
Okay.
Right?
All right. So up first is Spencer, but you have a complication. So there is. This one's not that bad, actually. There's just a distraction in your path that obscures your vision, so you're not going to be able to attack this round if you were wanting to, which you're fleeing.
Yeah.
But as you're running down the stairs, your flashlight suddenly comes sputtering back to life, and you just happen to be holding it directly in front of your face as it did that, and it just goes right into your eyes and just kind of dazes you for a moment.
Okay.
But you're able to continue running.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys, you're downstairs now. A lot of you guys are sort of in the same area, and you heard that scream. It sounded like it was coming from a room that you guys hadn't explored yet, so you take off that
Yes.
way, right, Spencer? Okay, so next up are the kids. They seem to have regained their senses a bit, and they come running down the stairs. So who was the slowest last round?
I was the slowest.
No, Spencer
I
was the
was
slowest, but you went first this round. So second
sure.
slowest was Petey.
Yeah.
All right, so they come running down the stairs, and Petey, one of them tries to just grab your shirt from behind and yank you backwards. So
no.
they're gonna try and make a fighting roll against you, and you're gonna get to make an agility roll to try and resist being grabbed. They rolled a 1, so beat that, Petey. You almost did not, but then you did. You got a 3.
I got a 3.
So you feel like a tiny hand. Well, to you,
Am
a
I-
normal-sized
I'm not at
hand.
+2 on this, though.
What's up?
I'm not at +2 on this, right?
Not for an agility roll, no.
All right.
And you feel it just kind of grab at the back of your neck, but you put on a last-minute burst of speed and manage to pull away just before it can grab you. And that brings us to you, Petey. You gonna follow Spencer down into that other room?
Yeah, if he goes booking around the corner, I'm gonna go booking around the corner too.
All right. And then Tommy.
Okay. How far did I get before?
You're like at the bottom of the stairs. You're at the bottom of the stairs with Patrick. You've caught up.
I'm still running then.
Okay. You can just run on your turn. You're not close enough to them to try and fight unless you have a ranged weapon or you want to throw something. But you could also try and like put something in their way.
Yeah,
or
actually,
like,
is there anything nearby that I can just like...
There's like a little table that looks like a mail table maybe down by the bottom of the stairs.
I'll knock it over. That's
Okay,
what I like.
so as you're running, just make a strength roll for me at a -2. Oh, you aced it.
10, so 8.
8. Okay, all right, that's a success with a raise. So you just grab that table and just flip it down onto the ground behind you, and it kind of rockets into place and just sort of wedges at the bottom of the stairs. They're going to have a little bit of difficulty getting over that next turn. And then Patrick, you were able to avoid being hit by that table.
Right. So they're not directly behind us, and we're in the basement right now.
No, you're at the bottom of the stairs. You're on the first floor.
Okay, so just, I guess, keep looking.
So you're following these guys into that other room. Okay,
Yeah.
hand in your card.
Here you go.
So far, you guys are doing pretty great. Make another agility roll.
Agility.
Oh my. What happens if I don't make it?
If you don't make it, you don't get a card.
Which means what?
You're going to continue to run. You're just not going to be dealt in. You're not going to be able to act.
Oof.
Okay.
I will re-roll that.
Okay.
5.
5? Okay, that's one success. There's a king of clubs for you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. You did not get a card? Okay.
I also did not get a card.
Okay.
I got a 4.
A 4. Okay, so you get one success. Is that with your +4? No, you got an 8. Because you should be adding +4 to each of these agility rolls.
Just for running?
For this one, because you're so much faster than the little kids are.
Okay.
So you can have this ace or this 2.
I'll take the ace.
Okay, good call. Good call, Petey.
Even though it's the ace of spades.
And then they got one card, a jack of spades. So Petey, you're up first. You are now like neck and neck with Spencer. You're pulling ahead of everybody. You're putting on some speed. Are you just going to run into this room after the source of the sound?
No, I'm gonna dodge around the corner the other way and kind of like try and hide and jump anybody who comes by.
Oh, okay. You definitely have the ability to do that. So you kind of duck around the corner, down by the foot of the stairs.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of lie in wait, and you wait for the first one of these like weird kids to come crawling over a table. And as soon as he does, you jump out, and you're just gonna try and what? Like
I want to trip him so that he falls over and the rest of them pile up.
Okay. So that sounds like an agility trick to me. So go ahead and make an agility roll.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Aced
all right, you
it.
aced that one.
13.
Okay, they're gonna try and resist that. All right, but I'm gonna put them at a -2 because they're trying to climb over the table that was thrown in the way there. So that's just a 7. So you go over and you trip the one at that's the first one to climb over it. As soon as he stands up on top of it, you just go out and go whoop and just knock him face down. And he goes down, and immediately some of the other ones that were like using him as leverage go falling down on top of him. They are shaken, so they are going to have some major disadvantages in this round of the chase. Well done.
Take
Petey.
that, Shatner. Worst Star Trek captain so far.
Yeah, if not ever, probably forever. Yeah. All right.
Just like Star Wars, they'll never make another Star Trek.
Patrick,
Yes.
you are not going to have the ability to do anything this round because of that club. There is a sudden distraction, that being the chandelier that you before did not notice. This old, like, bare bone chandelier in the foyer comes crashing down right next to you, and you jump out of the way as, like, old fake crystal plastic goes flying all over the place, and you're just following these guys, I take it, yeah?
Yep.
All right, hand in your card.
That's fine.
All right, they are shaken now in addition to having to climb over this table. So I'm just going to say they're just piled up on the stairs. There's not much they can do at this point. You can hear them all just kind of like making this weird guttural sound as they're trying to climb over the piled up kids that are already at the bottom of the stairs. You guys didn't get cards. All right, so you guys are still kind of at the entryway to this new area of the house that appears to be just like some sort of like living room area. You don't know where Petey is, although you heard him say something about Star Trek behind you. And Patrick's kind of like getting out of the way of this chandelier that came down. Make another agility roll for me, guys.
4.
A 1.
Can't get higher than
Wow.
You should-
So on doubles, I do.
You roll both of them.
You should have Patrick give you some inspiration.
I could. So 10.
10?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a success with the raise.
Just got a 4.
So you're going to get
Well, I
two
get-
cards.
I got
All
it.
right.
I
You
got
want the ace of hearts or
Ace.
the 7 of diamonds?
Yeah,
All
I
right,
think
there
I'll
you
take
go.
the Ace of hearts.
4.
4, you get 1 card. 9 of diamonds. You're going to reroll? Why, Spencer? Are you having a hard time?
Oh!
Fancy.
Oh my God, same thing?
That's no
Yeah.
card.
No, that was,
And
I got an 8 with my running.
All right, so that's 2 cards. So you get a 6 of clubs or a 4 of spades.
I guess. Ooh, do you want the complication though? What difference is it gonna make? It's only 2 different.
well, it
Yeah.
depends on when they're starting, I guess, too. But, I mean, it
That's
could be.
that's in the same range. That's not really going to help you out a whole lot to keep a 6 over a 4. So I would get rid of the complication for sure. Unless you want to hit a complication.
I mean, I did just pile up a bunch of weird zombie kids. It seems like an opportune time for a complication. But no,
Okay.
min-maxing.
So we won't follow the interesting story way. We'll just make sure we succeed.
An interesting story is I'm carrying a flashlight with a knife taped to it with a match in my hand.
Fair point. You got me there. You got me there, Petey. They only rolled a 1. They don't get a card this time.
God, I wish you'd stop doing that.
Which is apt.
Just like Chewbacca.
All right, Patrick, you are
Okay.
going to go first.
Okay.
So you go past these guys into the living room.
Right.
And you can see another doorway that goes around the corner. And are you just going to head like straight for that?
Well, that's where the scream came from, correct?
It definitely came from downstairs and like from beneath the house. So you're thinking the basement or something. And you guys don't remember seeing any sort of basement entry through any of the rooms you've been in so far.
Sure, I go for the next door.
All right, so you still got your grandma's ring held up, and it's just casting this huge ray of light all the way around you, and you guys just see him go streaking for this door and push it open. It looks like there's a laundry room
Okay.
in here.
All right. There you go.
All right, next up.
Me?
Tommy, do you want to try and do anything? So looking back over your shoulder, you're with Spencer here at the entryway, and you see the kids just piled up and like crawling over each other. And Petey's over there sort of like celebrating his little bit of distraction that he was able to. But he seems like he's gonna follow. You're not entirely worried that anything's gonna go wrong with him. So do you want to do anything, or you want to just move?
I think I'm just gonna move. I'm just gonna keep following Patrick.
Okay, so you take off after Patrick. And then Petey, what do you want to do?
I just yell, Tommy, throw me your boot.
What?
Throw me your boot.
For what purpose?
All right, forget it. Fine. I'll just keep running.
Okay, so you run through the room after Tommy refuses to hand her boot. You guys are all standing in the living room, and right through Patrick, through the doorway, you can see that this is some laundry room that he's run into. Spencer, you're trying to come up behind him, but you're just watching to make sure that these guys are legitimately piled up behind you.
Yeah.
One more agility roll, guys. Man, they rolled a 2.
Dice are terrible.
4.
4.
Oh.
There's a joker.
What does that mean?
That means that you get a +2 to anything you try and do in this round.
4.
Okay.
4. There's a jack of clubs.
I don't get a card.
You don't get a card again.
Again? Wow.
What did you roll?
I'm gonna reroll.
You're gonna re-roll.
I got a 2 and a 1, and I can do better.
You can do better.
I believe in myself.
Little PD.
Nobody else does. 5.
So a 9. So that's a
9.
success with the raise. You get 2
I
cards.
forgot that a 6 was a 6. I'll take the.
Jack of hearts. All right. And the Halloween kids get nothing because they again did not roll enough for a success. So, you get to go whenever you want, but you can also go first if you want because you have the Joker. Looking through this laundry room, it looks at first like it's a dead end, but then you notice at the far end of the wall, there appears to be a laundry chute opening in the wall.
I go, hey, there's a laundry chute, and I go down it.
Okay, so you just run over and just throw it open and dive in.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, hand in your
See,
card.
way easier than the cellar door, guys.
A lot quicker.
And then
Who goes first?
it's going to be hearts before clubs. So you're going to go first, Petey. You go right past them, and you can also see Patrick just disappearing down this laundry chute.
I go. Tommy, give me your bag of candy.
What? Why am I
Give me your
bagging
bag of
candy?
candy.
What are you gonna do with
Shut
it?
up! Give me your bag of
Okay,
candy.
well, I better
Tommy,
get
there's
it
no
back.
time.
I better get it back.
And when she holds it, I just take my knife and I slice it open and let all the candy dump out in a big pile. And then I dump my candy in a pile and I dive down the laundry chute.
Okay.
This is a distraction!
I still have Patrick's candy.
Okay, so you dive down the laundry chute after cutting her candy bag open.
Yeah, it's a trap. I made a bait.
Tommy, he did make a trap. He left a bait, but he also covered your feet in candy. And as you go to follow him, you step on not a full-size Milky Way.
Thank God.
Well, you jumped your bag out too, right?
I did.
All right, you step on a full-size Milky Way.
I think it's been established already that full-size Milky Way did not survive all the way.
Didn't you take more than one?
I took more than one.
Oh, but okay, right. You took more than one.
Oh, okay.
Regardless, there are a lot of full-size Milky Ways on the ground here, and you step on one, and all
If
of
I'd
that.
remembered that, I would have picked out some good ones before I go.
Yeah.
Too bad you didn't get mine because I have all the bouncy glow-in-the-dark eyeballs.
Yeah, that would have been fun. Instead, all of that caramel nougaty goodness. Just, you know how when you bite into a Milky Way, it just kind of, it's like it just slides into your mouth, you know? It's that pleasant, oozing quality. Thanks a lot for those donation dollars, Milky Way. We really appreciate your continued support of the show.
Mars Candies Incorporated.
Mars, yeah.
Thank
And
you
you
so much.
step on the Milky Way, and that nice, pleasant thing happens, only it shoots out all outside of the wrapper, just from the force of you stepping on it, and you go pinwheeling your arms, trying not to slip on a sudden skid of Milky Way. Will you make an agility roll for me, please?
You got this. See?
Yeah,
she double aced it.
Double ace.
Double ace. 11.
11, yeah.
All right, so you managed to keep it together by stepping onto a nearby Snickers fun size piece, which you know because of all the peanutty friction inside of it will arrest your forward momentum. So you're able to continue. Are you going to go into the laundry chute as well? Okay, so you go diving into the laundry chute. Hand in your card. Spencer.
Way to spread out the trap.
You can just
That was my
hear
plan.
these kids are finally getting it together on the stairs, and you can hear footsteps coming around the corner into the living room. Are you going to run for the laundry chute as well?
Yeah, unless there's anything I can do to try and slow them down.
I mean, there's already a candy trap in the way. I don't know what you could do that would be more effective than that.
The candy
Throw
trap.
my
Also,
bouncy-
you don't have a card, so
Right.
you really can't
That's
do
why I
anything.
was like,
there.
I can't
Yeah.
actually do anything, right?
Yeah.
So no.
Okay, so you're going to run
yes.
into the laundry chute?
Yes.
Does anyone want to make any sort of comment about diving into a laundry chute?
Death wish.
Or like, you know, I don't know, any sort of like pop culturally relevant thing about just diving into a chute in some sort of dangerous situation?
I wish there was a
know,
ladder
like-
here.
Maybe one of you's dressed like a character from a movie about like at one point, in order to get away from some people, they dove into a chute of some kind and ended up in a weird situation.
Guys, we're at Six Flags.
What?
If someone asks if you're a god, you say yes.
All right, so you guys jump into the laundry chute, and all of you go shooting off down into the darkness and land, not uncomfortably, on an old heap of dusty sheets. Mars Incorporated.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you so much.
Mars just watches, and only when we say thank you, does
Yeah.
Mars actually.
You keep scratching our back, and we will keep scratching yours by setting up Mars-related handicaps for all of our characters in every game we run here on Saving Throw. You guys land on a dusty pile of sheets, and just a cloud of dust comes up and just gets into your eyes and makes you all cough and kind of briefly obscures the light from your flashlights. But you're still, you know, holding this range. So what's the duration of that power? I think it's like 10 minutes per PowerPoint that you spend.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have 10 PowerPoints, and it took you 3 to activate it.
Can he use his Joker that he got last round to like maybe make that round free or something?
Sure, we'll give you a free round. That's not technically possible, but who gives
He
a
didn't
crap?
use his
That
plus-
sounds great.
He didn't use his +2 on anything.
I know, he didn't have
Yes, I
anything to
did.
use it on.
Well, all I did was jump down a chute there. Really wasn't.
Yeah,
anything
so I'm
heroic.
trying to make it so you
Super
don't suck.
smoothly.
Yeah. True. Thank you.
It's okay, Patrick. You're cursed. What are you gonna do?
I know.
It's true.
You're gonna die soon.
I know.
Probably.
As
I'm gonna throw a
the
match on your corpse when you reanimate, though.
what?
Huh?
As
I
the
would-
dust clears, you guys notice that you are in an old, decrepit basement, and as your eyes adjust to the sudden abundance of light here in the basement from Patrick, you guys notice 3 things. The first thing is the corpse of old Mrs. Green sitting in a rocking chair over in the corner and rocking back and forth very slightly probably because of the hundreds of spiders that are crawling all over her body, like a moving carpet that's making her move back and forth in the rocking chair. The second thing is Jamie screaming at the top of his lungs as he appears to be webbed up in some sort of cocoon and stuck to the wall and struggling. And the third thing that you notice is the giant spider up on the wall of the basement above Jamie that is crawling down towards him and then turns all of its 8 unpleasant eyes in your direction all of a
is
sudden.
never going to let us live
I was
this
wrong.
down.
I was wrong. Seller's a bad call. Seller's a bad call. Seller's a bad call. Book it.
Let's deal some
Whipping it,
initiative
Jamie!
cards. All right, so for Patrick, a 5 of diamonds. For Tommy, a 2 of hearts.
Wow.
For Spencer, a joker.
Ding, 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 ding.
For Petey, a
does that mean we get
3.
bennies?
Okay. Who chose?
And for the
Thank you.
We
spider,
didn't get them last
a
time.
10 of
I
spades.
guess we did.
All right, so Patrick.
With a 5, I'm going first.
No, you're not going
Okay.
first. But as soon as you guys get down here and you see all these things, you're horrified to see what's down here in the basement. But something about the corpse of old Mrs. Green catches your eye. You feel some sort of strange, malevolent energy coming off of it, and you suddenly just intuit that all of this is happening because her spirit is still somehow bound to this house. And you almost feel like you could reach out and touch that spirit and maybe, just maybe, convince her to leave this world for the one beyond it.
Sure, I'll give it a try.
Okay, so the rest of these guys are in a combat, but you are in a dramatic task to try and just quiet the unquiet spirit of Mrs. Green.
There.
Exactly. All right, but
Well done.
you have a joker, so you can go at any point in this round, and you will get a +2 to your attack rolls and a +2 to your damage rolls.
Okay.
So, and that can include interrupting anyone else's turn. So unless you want to go first, it's the spider.
Don't forget, you got to give one of your bennies
I
away,
know.
you
I've
dick.
been waiting for the right moment for that. I don't.
Give it to the person who's nicest to you, jerk.
Who are you?
What else is in this basement?
A pile of sheets,
Yeah.
a corpse covered in spiders,
Uh-huh.
a kid struggling in a cocoon, and a giant spider on the wall. I mean, there's also stairs up to a doorway.
Let's go!
Book it.
Sorry, Jeremy. Or whatever.
My name's Jamie!
See, we didn't like you that much anyway.
I'm gonna try and throw a dusty sheet over the big spider.
Okay, so you're gonna just try and grab a sheet and like just wad it up so you can throw it and hope that it lands on the
Yeah.
spider. I like your gumption.
Yeah.
Let's call that an agility roll.
Okay.
And you're gonna make that at a +2 because you have your joker.
Right. Great. These dice have been doing super well.
They've
for
been
me.
working well for you.
Well,
So that's a 5.
That is a 5.
do you
So-
want, since you're doing this very important thing, do you want this Benny?
Sure. I'll take it and I'll re-roll just to see if I can do better.
Okay, Patrick,
Yes.
do you shout out something encouraging to Spencer as you see him grab this wadded up sheet and throw it at a giant spider?
Come on, you can do it. Just, I don't know. I got nothing.
Shoot that spider!
That spider. Make sure it's not a feet and fit a cheek.
Oh, you lommeled it.
Oh.
He's here.
7.
7. Okay, that's pretty good. So you grab a dusty sheet and just in a moment of blind inspiration, you just throw it up at this spider, and arcing perfectly through the air, it unravels and just sort of covers the spider as it starts its descent down the wall and seems to be impacting its ability to do things. I'm going to give it a -2 to its rolls this
Great.
turn. All right, and then do you want to move or do anything?
I'm gonna move over to Jamie.
Okay, you're gonna move over to Jamie.
Yeah.
Okay, so he is below the spider on the wall. Like he's kind of like not too far off the ground. His feet are just barely above it, stuck to the wall. And he seems to be struggling against this thing. So you're gonna move over to him?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm rushing into danger.
You're gonna tell him anything?
Hang on, Jamie. We'll get you out of here.
Okay. So now it is the spider's turn. So it starts crawling down the wall, but it's having a difficult time because the sheet is just getting tangled in all of its legs. And it finally managed to get most of its body out of the sheet. And it sees you running over for Jamie, and it's going to try and just bite you with its mandibles.
It can try.
It can try, but it's going to have a -2 because it got so sheeted. That's not enough. You know what? I'm going to spend one of these Susan B. Anthony UNICEF coins
have a lot
to
left.
re-roll that.
It's a 3.
That is still a failure. So it goes down chittering, and you see like some sort of gross venom just dripping off of its mandibles, and it tries to bite at you, but you're too quick for this thing. Or really, the sheet is too tangled up on it, and it just kind of gets stuck at the last minute and is like chipping right in front of your face.
Ah!
All right. Next up is Patrick.
Okay, so I'm in this dramatic moment with
You are.
me, and,
So what you're trying to do is you basically have 3 rounds
Okay.
to get 5 successes on a spirit roll. So every success and raise that you get is going to count as 1.
Okay.
So you're trying to reach out with whatever attachment you have to the spirit world, thanks to your grandmother, and see if you can appease this spirit.
I'm so sorry you're this way. You know, it's okay to pass over. That's an
Whoa!
Ooh, roll again.
And a 1.
A 1.
Every time.
But that's still 2 successes. So you have 2 successes towards
Awesome.
this. You go over and you start like just kind of gently approaching the corpse, even though it's crawling with spiders, and you really don't want to have to touch it. And you start just whispering kind of soothing things. Exactly. As soon as you do that, you feel like you make connection with the spirit that seems to be still hovering about this body, and the spider immediately keys in on Patrick.
Patrick, look out!
Petey, you're up next. So you are in the presence of your major phobia. You are going to have a -4 on every trait roll you try and make as long as this spider is around.
I take my safety match and I strike it on the bottom of my flashlight.
Okay.
And I.
That does count as anywhere, so it will strike there.
That's right. And I flick it at the sheet-covered spider that has all the spidery.
So you want to flick a match,
A lit
at,
match
a lit match at a spider.
At the giant spider that's covered with the dusty cobweb sheet.
Now, for those of you that may not be aware, maybe you're new to Saving Throw or you've never seen anything we do before, the very first marathon that Megan and I were a part of Saving Throw during, there was a Shadowrun game that happened, and they had a legitimate 30-minute discussion about the logistics of flicking a match across a room at something flammable, how difficult it would be, whether or not it would be successful. It was, and still remains one of my favorite Saving Throw moments. But I'm gonna shortchange that entire conversation
Just go back and watch that.
and go.
That's all you need.
That sounds really awesome, man. Make an agility roll.
All I wanted to hear. All right.
But it's at a -4. Reroll. All right.
I don't know how I'm gonna do a lot better, but that's not better.
You ace one.
You got like 4 more of those
That's
UNICEF
right, I
coins.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh, that's an ace.
Come on.
Man, you guys ace and then roll a 1 with like a startling degree at this table.
Well, at least
Oh, another. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Ace,
yeah.
ace.
Yeah. No.
By the way, if anyone associated with Monsters Hunter Club is watching, it's not too late, since your Kickstarter hasn't ended, to change Benny's to Susan B. Anthony UNICEF coins. I think
We'll
you should look
understand.
into it. Yeah, we'll give you that for free.
You can freeze frame right here on Tom and just use that image. Carl, if you're watching, just make a
There you
little
go.
picture of
Have you
that.
seen this boy?
All right, so you light that match, and you hold it up, and you get ready to just flick it through the air at the spider covered in the sheet. You can tell that sheet is just covered with old, dry dust. It would go up in an instant.
And just as I begin to flick it, Spencer goes, well, actually, you can't flick a match all the way across the room. The velocity would probably put the...
Don't you remember when we played Shadowrun that one time?
Oh, that game that won't be invented for 12 more years? Yeah, I remember.
And you go, what? And just shoot it off into the corner of the basement where it lands in a wet puddle of like goop and just immediately sputters and goes out.
Screw you, spider. I've got 2 more.
All right, so you're gonna stay where you are and get ready with another match.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not getting closer to it.
Yeah, that's probably
It's a very
best.
small fireball.
Tommy,
attack.
what do you got?
I want to follow Spencer here over to Jamie, and I wanted to take my knife and try to start cutting the
Oh, thank
web.
God. I didn't bring a knife.
You didn't grab a knife from the dining
No,
room?
I didn't.
You
he's
have
the
no
only one.
weapon.
Yeah.
Get ready, Spencer. All right, so you're gonna try and cut through the web.
Yeah.
Okay, make a fighting roll for me.
Okay.
I wasn't going to steal.
That's a good point, Spencer. You're a good kid. Oh, you double aced.
So what? 8 plus 6 is
14.
14. Okay, so ordinarily you get a raise on a fighting roll because you're hitting like some sort of vital part, but I'm just gonna say you find a particularly weak area of the web. So go ahead and add a d6 to your damage that you do. So that is strength plus d4 plus d6.
So strength plus d4.
Mhm.
So, oh wait, strength plus d4. So I have 2 d6s and a d4.
And a d4. You aced the
Yes,
d4.
I did. So 6, 10, 15.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. You got right through it. So you find an area that seems like less thick than the others, and
Right
you stab
here.
your knife right through it, being very careful not to stab
Oh,
Jamie.
no.
Listen, why is there so much blood coming out of this cocoon?
It's cool. Spiders are weird. And then you start pulling down with the knife, and you just like going through butter. You just cut open the side of the cocoon,
I
and
have
Jamie
to-
comes tumbling out
I have
onto
to
the
cut through
ground.
spider webs sometimes. I mean, there's just a bunch in like the shed and
You
my
live in a
room.
weird environment, Tommy. All right, now I have to reshuffle because the Joker was drawn. I should have done that earlier.
We don't have a maid, so
To reshuffle my cards?
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Mars Incorporated, if you want to send us some sort of maid to shuffle
I
cards.
assume there's a maid at the Mars company.
Yeah, they probably have one, right?
Just one.
Just the one.
Send us your one maid.
And they need her, but I bet since clearly they're watching.
Yeah, clearly they're. I mean, we
Clearly they're
made
watching.
an impression.
Yeah, they're enjoying what they're seeing. All right. Ace of Hearts for Patrick.
Wow.
Nice.
9 of Diamonds for Tommy. 4 of Spades for Spencer.
Okay.
4 of Diamonds for Petey. For the Spider. A 3 of
Ooh.
Spades.
That's good, though.
And I won't deal Jamie in this round because he's going to be recovering from just piling out of this cocoon. But we'll
sense.
deal him in next round. All right, so
He actually
Patrick,
has a 45.
you are up first.
So I'm trying to get my next.
Yeah, you have now made contact with this spirit, but the spider seems totally cued in on you now.
Well, I'm focusing on this.
Yeah,
because
you're
this
barely
needs to
aware of
happen.
that.
So, and I've already got 2 successes.
You do.
5 and a 4.
5 and a 4, so a 5. So that's 1 success. So you reach out and you feel like you've made contact with the spirit, and you also feel, in a way you can't describe, you feel your grandmother's presence almost behind you, like she has a hand on your shoulder that you can almost feel, and you just are kind of sending this soothing energy out into this spirit. So hand in your card.
All right. Sorry.
No worries.
Can't pick it up.
All right, next up is Tommy.
Okay.
That's you.
So I've cut Jamie out,
Yeah.
and the
spider's
spider's
coming
coming
for
down,
me.
right?
Yeah, and it looks like
it's
it's
coming for you.
it looks like it's finally kicking this free of this sheet, but yeah, it has rotated on the wall and is now looks like it's about to take off towards Patrick and the
Can I
corpse
just
in the rocking
like,
chair.
Is it low enough that I can just stab at it?
It is low enough that you could stab
I'm
at
gonna
it.
stab at it.
Is this your pocket knife?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Didn't you get a bigger knife?
No, she has a pocket
I
knife.
just kept my. I didn't really think about it.
Pocket knife works for me.
It feels real. My pocket knife feels like really big and strong to me. You know.
Sure. Yeah. To you, it's as big as the knife you're holding.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
So make your attack roll. Make a fighting roll.
Okay.
Ooh, you aced.
Yes. So I guess that's 9.
9. Okay, that is enough to beat its parry. Roll damage.
So D4 plus.
Strength
no,
plus
just
D4.
Strength plus D4. Wow, really? 3
damage. So you kind of just shoot up with your pocket knife and you get it right in the abdomen and you go to cut at it, but instead your dinky little knife just sort of slides harmlessly off of the thick bristly hair on its abdomen and you're not even able to pierce its skin. And it just completely ignores you and keeps heading for Patrick. Hand in your card, unless you want to move.
No, I guess not. No.
Okay. All right. Up next is Spencer.
I see it going towards my friend, and I'm gonna make sure Jamie's okay, and then I want to try. It's over me, like.
Yeah, it's up on the wall and it's like skittering. It's starting to like skitter over towards Patrick.
I guess I'm gonna try and like. I'm gonna try and like push it or something, or like hit it or something.
You want to just punch it?
Yeah.
Punch that spider,
Yeah.
Spencer the Brain. Make a fighting roll.
Great.
You probably have a pretty good fighting skill, right?
Yeah. Knowledge town history.
That's not gonna help out here.
Use some cool cop moves on him.
Yeah.
Dude.
Criminology.
I mean, you're gonna like try and like psychoanalyze it,
Yeah.
or like try and profile it.
I'm mind huntering it right now, and
Use your Ferrari.
I've been talking to Ed Kemper, and I know exactly what this spider's all about.
Okay.
Well, not that, obviously.
That is a 1. Do you even have fighting?
No.
Okay, that is a negative number, but not really. It's just a 0.
Is it after the 5?
He got a 5.
Okay, fine. It's a 3.
Oh my
Still not enough though. You want to
Okay.
re-roll?
Yeah, why not?
Do it.
Let's see.
You only live once.
Yeah.
Possibly
You're in trouble.
ending in this basement.
There you go.
Ah, you aced and then rolled a 1 again. You want to give it one more spin?
No.
Come on, man. You know you want to go back on that merry-go-round. Spencer.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so easy to peer pressure children. Yeah, you missed.
No.
So you go striking up. You see Tommy try and stab it, and you're like, yeah, that knife's gonna work. This spider only responds to brute force Magnum PI style. And you just go jumping up with an uppercut and whiff entirely. Like
Yeah.
the spider is gone. It
My
has moved.
mustache like falls off. It's like, okay.
And in your card. All right, Petey.
What was I thinking? You can't just whip a single match across a room. It doesn't obey the laws of physics.
Or does it?
Well, we could have a long debate about that, but instead, I'm gonna rip the head off of my Chewbacca costume, light that on fire, and throw that on the spider.
He's moving on, you guys.
Oh my
He's
God.
moving on. This
I
is
just-
a significant moment.
So the plastic eyebrow portion of your Chewbacca mask and cord, elastic cord attached
You know
to
that
it.
plastic is.
So
Hella
flammable.
flammable.
Yeah, no one should be anywhere near
And you
that.
just see that I have two big like red marks where the plastic has been like burrowing into my
Cutting into
forehead
it,
the
yeah.
entire time. And also I didn't put any of the shoe polish on my face at that point
Right.
either.
So you look like you were suddenly buried in some sort of brown paint that just stopped rising right around here. So I'll let you strike that match because it's strike anywhere and light that mask for free. But you're gonna have to make a throwing roll at a. Do you have throwing as a skill?
No, I mean.
Okay, so this is going to be at a -6 altogether
Oh.
because you're also dealing with a spider. So it's going to be real hard to make. But you know what? Hey, this is really cool, Petey. You're doing something real cool here. So I'm going to give you a Benny to use
All right.
to make this happen, man.
Let's see.
That's a critical.
Why don't you
So
just have that
not
back?
off to a great start.
God.
Back.
About to light yourself or a friend on fire.
All right.
Just a normal
Take
failure.
that one.
Okay. Really want this to happen, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
No.
-1 right now.
You got one more. You got one more. Oh, he's spending it. He spent it, guys.
Here it comes. Ace.
Oh, hold
ace,
on. He
ace.
aced his wild die, but let's see what he rolled. Okay,
One,
one on
close.
there. Ace the wild
One
die.
ace, ace, ace.
That's out.
Yeah, this one's really bouncy. Why?
Because it's different than the other
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Oh, double ace.
12.
Nice.
16,
16
minus 6 is
That
10.
is that's a success with a raise.
There you go.
So let's see.
Finally worked.
You're
guys.
throwing a flaming Chewbacca mask at him. So let's give
You're
you
rolling over and over again.
let's give you
Get there.
strength plus D4 for damage.
Wow.
So go ahead and roll strength plus D4.
Couldn't I really kind of like agilely kind of like light parts of the sheet on fire? Because
I mean, that's what you did with the raise. That's what. Oh, right, you got a raise. So strength plus D4 plus D6.
well, okay.
That's gonna have to do it. You got this, little PD.
I don't know what I'm even looking for here, but
There's an
Alright.
ace.
those are, yeah, all right.
Just 1 inch.
Yeah.
1 inch.
So that's
So it's 11,
11, 14.
Yeah.
14. Okay. So, wow.
Is it dead? It's dead.
No. But
It's just really angry.
you start whipping this flaming Chewbacca mask around and around like a sling, like David's sling, flaming, and you let it go and it just goes flying through the air of the basement and lands on the sheet, which the spider had almost cleared, but not entirely. And the sheet instantly catches alight, and that fire just goes racing up the spider's body, and you guys can hear it make this terrible noise as it starts to sizzle and burn. It is shaken, and it has 2 wounds.
Oh my
Because
God.
the spider is a wild card, and it is
Yes.
on fire and just thrashing in pain. You know what? Because that was such a hard thing to do, I'm just going to make it instantly catch on fire, and now I'm going to have to do some fire damage for it. So it is. That's a pretty good use of your turn, PD.
I'm not an Ewok!
Oh, now you have Star Wars references. When you're jumping down a laundry chute, you don't have Star Wars references. Petey.
Did they do the laundry in
They
Star
jumped in
Wars?
a garbage. They jumped in a
Garbage
garbage chute in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Remember in the first one?
Yeah, but in that one, when they got to the bottom, there was a monster there.
That's true. But in this one, when you guys
There
got
was
to
a
the bottom,
monster.
there's a monster and a dead body covered in spiders and another
well,
kid.
if maybe Yoda showed up and talked to us in his spirit form, I could see the analogy working.
Well, we are talking to a spirit that's a grant. I mean, it's similar, right? I mean,
Plus there's 4 of us. There's
The spider.
I look around for my bowcaster and I shoot him first and him second.
The spider is still on fire and continues to burn and takes another wound. So now it is shaken and has 3 wounds. I'm going to spend my last Susan B. Anthony UNICEF coin to unshake the spider, but it is having a hard time of it. So now a giant flaming spider is walking on the wall over to you.
this is okay. This is okay. This is okay.
You guys remember at the end of Gremlins when Stripe comes out of the fountain and he's all like
yeah,
skeleton and
yeah.
gross, but he's still trying to grab Gizmo? That's what's happening now with Patrick and the spider.
Thank you, Shiny
Thank you,
Professor.
Shiny Professor. And it goes crawling along the wall, leaving trailing bits of flame on the webs on the wall. You guys can also hear a pounding up on that door, like all of a sudden there's a bunch of small hands like up on that door pounding. And the spider's gonna walk over on the wall and try and bite you while you're distracted, Patrick.
Okay.
But it's going to be real hard for it to do that because it is significantly wounded and still technically on fire.
Shaken and on fire.
It's unshaken now, yeah, I unshook it. Oh, but I aced.
Oh, come on!
That's a
6 and a
7
1.
minus 3, which is a 4. So what is your parry?
Where is it? Oh, there we go. 2.
Your parry is a 2, so that is going to hit. So it walks over and just takes a huge bite into your arm. So let's do some damage here. Strength plus
okay,
D4.
Spider-Man.
I was already bit by a spider once.
It didn't go well for me.
Didn't go well.
9 damage.
Ooh.
All right, so what is your toughness?
My toughness is 4.
Okay, so that is a success with a raise. So you are going to be shaken and wounded unless you spend a Susan B. Anthony coin. Okay,
Yeah.
make a vigor roll to try and soak that. So
All
whatever
right,
your
so,
vigor
well,
is.
A 4 because I'm sick all the time.
Okay.
Ooh.
Critical fail. You might want to. Yeah, let's re-roll that one for sure.
4.
4. So that is a success. So you would not be wounded or shaken because as that spider, flaming giant spider, comes over to bite into your arm, you feel your grandmother's presence leave you for just a second, and something invisible seems to intercede between the spider and you, just a hair's breadth enough to keep it from latching closed on your arm.
Oh.
Thank you, Grandpa.
The spider is still on fire. Patrick.
Oh, wow.
2 of clubs.
Oh.
And clubs are really bad for
Yeah,
dramatic
yeah.
actions. 10 of diamonds. 4 of clubs.
Oh, jeez.
4 of hearts.
You have to say who shuffled these.
Who shuffled these?
It was me still. Queen of diamonds for the spider. And
Oh, come on.
an ace of diamonds for Jamie.
All right.
So Jamie kind of stands up and dusts himself off and says, "Oh gosh, guys, thanks so much for saying. What's going on? What's the deal with the spiders? What are we doing?"
Kill it! We have to get out of here and kill it!
Ah! And he picks up a sheet and just kind of like goes whirling over his head and tries to like just hit
Like
the
towel?
spider with his
Like towel whip
just
it?
towel whip the spider. So we'll give him. You know what? We'll say he's got a pretty decent fighting score.
No locker room talk.
He got a 4.
Locker room talk.
He misses the spider. He's like, ah, bah, okay, I tried, and then kind of backs up into the corner of the room. So that's it for Jamie. Now it's the spider's turn, and it's still on fire.
Oh.
Good for it.
And it's dead now.
Whoa!
The as it spends its last moment trying to like reach out and snap shut on you, Patrick, you feel your grandmother's presence intercede, and the spider just kind of steps back a couple steps and then kind of goes down on its legs like it's about to leap, and then just falls off the wall onto its back and continues to burn on the ground.
And as I pull my knife out, I say, I'm not an Ewok, I'm Petey!
Oh! Guys. Well, I thought we were free of the Chewbacca, but we're not.
We're not.
No.
I like the knife.
As that happens, oh, wow, you got over that phobia real quick, Petey. Insides of spiders, not as scary as the outsides of spiders.
Oh, is there something inside? I start cutting.
Candy.
Oh.
Hey, did anybody bring that baking soda with them?
No.
Guys,
Anybody got a bottle of vinegar?
We need to talk about Petey.
Yeah.
Does anybody have some 409?
Full-size milk has come out of the spider.
I'm gonna say, as soon as the spider dies, you hear the banging noise at the top of the stairs go quiet, and everything kind of fades away, Patrick. It's just you and the spirit of old Mrs. Green, and you don't even need to roll for this. You just feel this intense feeling of serene calm come over you, and you just see it like a white light traveling through your body and into this body of old Mrs. Green. You do have to touch the body, but as your hand reaches out to touch that leathery, papery skin, the spiders kind of part as your fingertips go down, and you just kind of gently touch its shoulder. And you just transfer all of that energy into the body, and you just see this green fire burn in the sunken eyes of this corpse and then extinguish. And all of a sudden, everything in the house goes totally quiet.
Whoa.
What happened?
What did you do?
What happened?
The ghost of this poor lady was trapped here, and I helped free her to go to the other side.
She
And the
caused
light from your ring just fades.
Okay, it got real dark in here.
Yeah, it's real dark, and she has caused this giant spider to eat kids?
I don't know. I didn't have a chance to ask her that. But I think maybe she was so angry that she kept drawing, her presence kept drawing people into the house. So,
Wow.
Wait, what is that? That newspaper thing you have? Say now.
I'll pull it out.
It's blank.
What?
And you see the door open at the top of the steps, and you see all of these kids in their gross Halloween costumes just come walking out onto the basement landing, and they all look down at you, and as they do, their costumes just sort of slough off of them like a snake shedding its skin, and beneath it are all of the children that you saw in the pictures in that scrapbook. And now they just look like normal, happy kids, and they kind of smile down at all of you, and then one by one just wink out of existence.
wait, oh.
I mean, they've been missing
here
for
a
a
long
long
time.
time. Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Guys, I don't really know what's going on, but can we get out of the basement?
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
out of this house.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Technically a storm cellar, but okay.
okay, yeah, thanks, Spencer.
If he'd listened to me, we would have gone here first, and we could have like avoided a whole bunch of stuff like the weird pig thing upstairs and.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't have had knives to fight things with and stuff.
What did,
Or
you,
matches.
what did you use your knife for?
What'd you use your match for?
Being awesome.
Right.
We guys stop it. We go.
So
Jamie-
Jamie's walked up the stairs, and he's like, hey, guys, there's like a big pile of candy
That's
up here.
my candy, Jamie. Don't eat it.
Oh, well, some of it's all gross and squished.
Well, you can have that.
Okay.
I call dibs on any full-size Three Musketeers.
There's no full size. There's a bunch of Milky Ways, but it's like someone stepped on all of them.
Oh.
I'm gonna call this into Detective Walton.
Well, don't tell him I'm here.
So wait, so there is a phone in the front entryway. Are you gonna just pick it up?
Yeah.
There is a dial tone,
Great.
and you dial your
0.
direct line to
Right.
Detective Walton.
Well, yeah.
This is Detective Walton.
Hey, Detective Walton, it's me. It's Spencer.
Oh, hey Spencer.
Hey, so you know that missing kid?
No. What?
Ask him about the dogs. Ask him about the dogs.
Well, we found the missing kid that was missing from Palmer Street.
Oh, yeah, I think someone said a kid was like wandering around after dark and didn't make it back to his group.
Yeah, we found him. He was in old Mrs. Green's place. In fact, also in old Mrs. Green's place was old Mrs. Green. But she was already dead. She had been dead for a long time. She was covered in spiders. And so there was a giant spider, and this giant spider was trying to eat us, and it had all wrapped up.
See if the dogs are okay.
It had wrapped up Jamie, and Petey wants to know if all the dogs are okay. And also...
Make a persuade roll, because I think that's what you have to do when you're
persuade.
contacting your
Yes.
mentor.
Well, I don't have persuade, so...
You know.
I don't know. Well, it gave me a thing that... All right. 4.
-2,
Oh.
which is a 2. Using your last UNICEF coin.
Yep.
Same
Dang it!
thing. All right. Okay, Spencer. Listen, you know I trust you, buddy. But what I'm hearing is one of your friends wandered into somebody's home. That's criminal trespassing, Spencer. And you guys shouldn't be in there either. Now, there's a dead body in there. I'm going to send some of my guys over to check it out.
It's not criminal if we suspect that there to be a crime.
Spencer, we'll talk about this later, but I need you and your friends to get out of the house and just don't talk to anybody about this, okay? I don't want you guys to get in trouble. We'll just call this an anonymous tip for phoning it in. Thank you very much, Spencer.
What is he saying?
But you guys you should get out of there, all right?
Okay, but what about the dogs?
Yeah, we'll look into the dogs. Tell your friend Petey we'll make sure all the dogs are safe.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Detective Waltman.
Thanks, government conspiracy.
Click.
All right, yeah.
The 80s, where an adult male would give you a phone number and no one would question it.
Yeah, he's your mentor.
It's
My
fine.
mentor.
Guys, you were successfully able, the Monster Hunters Club, to find Jamie, rescue him from the clutches of the evil spirit of old Mrs. Green, and even make it out with some of your candy intact. However, it is past 10 p.m.
Oh, son of a...
and you guys are so grounded.
I'm probably the only one who's going to be grounded.
Yep, everyone else's parents are absent.
Yeah, they don't know.
Let's be honest, Mom and Dad wouldn't notice what time I came home anyhow.
Oh,
I cook my own dinner.
All right, Spencer, you're grounded, and everyone else is so sad.
I'm gonna die soon.
The end. So that's it, guys.
Yay.
That is the Monster Hunters Club adventure, The End of the Street, which you can get access to. There's a few other random events that did not occur for these guys because of what I rolled or what I drew from the deck, so you can technically play this game a couple different times and have it work out in a few different fun ways. And you can get that for free if you're a backer of the Monster Hunters Club. So once again, if you hit !Kickstarter in chat and follow that link, there's just a few days left in the campaign. They've hit a lot of stretch goals. I know they have John Goff, who is the author of the Deadlands Noir setting books for Savage Worlds. He's going to be writing a one-sheet adventure for them, along with a bunch of other fun people. So it's really cool. Give it a check. It's a really cool project made by some awesome dudes. So thank you guys for letting us preview it, creators of the Monster Hunters Club, and thank you guys for being here to play in it.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you, Rick Bear, for running things behind the scenes. We very much appreciate you. Guys, be sure to stay tuned because in about 2 hours, we're going to be starting up the new episode of Black Bag Detectives, run by the inimitable Wes Otis over here. That's some 70s Fate Core Cthulhu detective New York cop action.
A lot of
coming up.
goodness, definitely.
Coming up. So be sure to stick around for that, guys. If you've never been here for Saving Throw before, welcome. If you've been here before, thank you for coming back. And I can't end this with finger guns.
No.
So,
Well, I know.
let's Chewbacca out. Let's Chewbacca out, everybody.
This is gonna be horrible.